What gives you a shot? Rebecca is there when you feel not so hot. This is Larissa, who's feeling blown up. And this here is Winnie, who just up their cup. This is Victoria, helping women stay healthy.
I don't know where he is. I mean, a walk of fame, I guess. But it seems like there's some kind of thing happening.
Wherever, whenever.
Oh, there's a Netflix helicopter. I don't know what they're doing right now, but probably something interesting.
Netflix has helicopters now. Here I am. Yep, I am here. Hello, everyone. Just checking the levels. Check it out. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, somebody tried to call me, but I don't know who. I don't recognize the number.
So I have, there's like an hour, basically, of James before this that we can jump back on if he ends like now. So the stream won't be short. It'll be at least an hour, for sure. Because you guys don't like the short streams. So, like, I think it'll probably be more than that, but just to let you know. He's just walking around.
But, you know, sometimes what comes with doing, you know, sometimes with fuck it. The fact of the matter is sometimes when you're doing what you gotta do, that you're gonna end up having mistakes here and there. And so when you're a little further out onto the, you know, the sidewalk here than you're supposed to be, you get fucked up. And I accidentally ran into his cup. So it is what it is. Hello, how are you? Sorry. I'm like either being fan stalked or just somebody's curious. Currently not sure which I'm hoping. But
what
I
is
also
fan
sometimes
stalked?
have some weird fans where they'll be like, I don't know you. I'm not your fan. I don't know. I'm like, I recognize your name. Like, it's literally like, I recognize your photo from the broadcast. And they're like, well, it might be me, but like, it's not. I'm like, okay. Whatever.
Who's doing this to him? What?
I am thankful that I don't have a lot of people on the broadcast that are like inconspicuous, and most of you are very obvious in a good way. Keeps life easy. Yeah, I don't like this thing because it also tells me how much is in it and stuff, and I like keep looking at it. So like I don't wear a watch because for that reason. I know. Other things are good. I'm just gonna pretend that you guys came up with a question, okay?
Hey, Eggs
So, to the 220 of you. So what is the thing that I least like about Hollywood? People's obsession with social rules.
No one's talking, so he's just making up his own questions now. So he looks like he's
endlessly irritating. I mean, it's a constant thing all the time. And it's like, oh my God, you won't do things the way that we want you to do them. So like, we don't like you. And I'm like, I don't care if you do or if you don't. And then they're like, oh, you really don't? I'm like, yeah. Like, I care until you're, like, trying to tell me what to do with my life. And then I'm like, move along. Not my problem. And that's how I really feel. You know, I really do. And it's just, like, it's funny to watch people act like spoiled brats. And, like, one thing I love about our country is how
what's that sound?
wealthy we are as a nation. But at the same time, it's like, You get a lot of spoiled people that have never had rich families before, that all of a sudden they're rich, or at least, rich compared to what they're used to. And they act like they're like, like, you must abide by my da-da-da, and you must da-da-da. And I'm just like,
can we have an actual example other than da-da-da?
Definitely not my thing. I'm just like, until you earn it with me, and that's in my opinion the American way. Like, until you earn it with me personally, I don't care what you are. You could be an actual king and not just like, hey, I'm a street king. You could be an actual king, and I'm still gonna be like, that's great.
Where do we have actual kings still?
Until I know you, I don't really. It doesn't affect much for me personally. It doesn't change much. So.
Hey, Captain Zalty.
That's
How you doing?
What's my favorite song?
Lucy coming in with real questions. That's sweet.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard one that has been good enough to consider worth calling my favorite.
James walks the streets of Hollywood Boulevard. What is he looking for in life? What is he doing? What is the point of this? I'm surprised I haven't really asked that before. But does he have an end game? The Olympics is his end game? We're just gonna be prepping and getting the city ready for the next 4 years here and complaining like Heather?
I have a feeling tonight's gonna be a weird night.
Hey, Gertie.
I definitely need to buy some pants because these things are chafing, and I'm not loving it. I'm not.
Is he still on the red swim trunks?
Your favorite song is "Don't Worry, Be Happy." Yeah. Yeah. All right. Bye.
What?
The nice thing about being a Californian is that you can ignore idiots. And you can also not care about money.
Lucy
really nice.
has been nothing but nice to you, James.
To live in a state where I can't be bribed, it's really convenient. Everybody has a price, but I mean, literally, it's impossible to bribe me. Try it. It's really difficult. And I'll have some people that'll give me money,
on, Chris?
And they're like, okay, now you're gonna do what I want you to do. They'll gift me money and then look at me and they're like, now you're gonna do what I want. And I'm like, actually, now you're going to shut the fuck up and do what I want because you tried to intimidate me and it was really irritating. And so now you're going to do what I want. And then they're going to be like, no. And I'm going to be like, yeah, that's fine. I was just joking. I'm just not going to do what you want, but you really should go away because you piss me off. And then they're like, okay. And that is essentially the most simplest form of coexistence. Dealing with people you can't stand. Also, the American way. We taught the whole world how to deal with people that you can't stand.
What, James doesn't like Funky Town? Take me down to Funky Town. Not much, Chris, not much. Hello, Sherry. Was willing to do anything for a pizza the other day.
Man, this bitch is jealous.
Anything.
She needs to chill her tits. I swear to God. She's mad as fuck.
I did see that, Lucy Goosey. You can't you can't have that be your favorite song. That's a bannable offense. Don't worry, be happy. James's whole life is, I don't know, Threat Level Midnight. I love Threat Level Midnight. Yeah, there we go. What is all this crap on the screen all the time? At least it's small here. I wonder if I can export this other one while recording. Or if that's a risky maneuver.
Now that we're moving on from weird, time to get on with the day. evening, whatever.
He's so salty. Why is he? I don't even know why he's angry because I missed the first hour, but he's mad about something.
Couple hours till night shift for you. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm just trying to stay out of the way, I suppose. I don't know.
I have an idea how I can do this.
Oh, okay, I got it. I understand girl talk at this point. So the Russian chicks are pissed at the American chicks for being American. And the American chicks are pissed at the Russian chicks because they're catching up to me to go on dates with me faster than the American chicks.
Snap Jackie is also like an OG.
So the Russian chicks can pretty much just pull money from their oligarchs and their rich counterparts, and the American women are having to put in the work the same as me in my arena. So they're not too happy about it. And it's pretty funny when a guy would be like, "Oh, what? No way!" And I'm like, "Sorry, bud, but women are attracted to men. They're not attracted to boys. Women are attracted to confidence. They're not attracted to your looks as much as they are to your confidence. That might be at first glance what they look for, but then after that, if you got money or you got confidence, they're interested. And when it comes to a smart woman, one that actually knows, like, when their brain works the way it's supposed to, they understand when you're someone
Yeah.
that knows how to make money.
When it works
And
the way
what's
it's
more
supposed to,
important than
100.
having money is having an ability to make money. And that is the sweet spot. When you find a woman that recognizes your ability to make money, she will not care if you're ugly. She will not care if you are clean. She will not care if you have problems. She'll still come after you if she knows you're someone that can make money, because she's going to see you as a project and an income source. And if she has a heart, then hopefully she likes you too. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen. At least so I'm told.
Oh, it's doing this evil thing again. Ah. Stay alive, James. Stay alive.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. Here's what we're doing.
Oh,
I'm gonna make another loop around, and then I'm getting myself something to eat. I know you're behind me. You're not supposed to be on the sidewalk. I don't care. None of us care. Get off the sidewalk with the bike. You keep running into people. All these people, shut up. All these people on their bikes keep running into people walking.
It's not a
For
good
me?
move.
This one, the small price.
What's the price? Oh, I can't tonight. How much do I have? Too much. I can't do it.
How much you have?
I can't do it. How much do I have? Too much. How much do you have? Plenty. You'll find somebody.
I can help me please Kapura Dala, I'm hungry.
What is she
sorry?
trying
Can you
to?
help me please Kapura Dala, I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Me too. Good luck. Welcome to Hollywood.
James thinks he's so fucking cool.
I'm just acting the way everybody acted when I first showed up, and the way that most people still act towards me. So, Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, I could have completely ignored her, but I didn't. I had a little conversation with her instead. I gave her my time and my attention. And my time and attention are extremely expensive, so thank you.
I'll be back. Hold on.
She just got paid more in talking to me, socially speaking, than the $100 she was asking for that pair of headphones. And she's too busy thinking about the cash and thinking about the scam. That's why I don't do criminals, because they don't think, and then they get people in trouble, and I'm not letting them get me in trouble.
James is a smart criminal. He doesn't put up with that shit.
But I am always the guy that when something goes down, I'm carrying the last of what's,
Our
I'm
recordings
carrying
are
the
really
last of
getting messed
what
up
anybody
tonight.
got. And then
This
some
is not
dipshit
good.
has to make a
That's not
problem.
good.
And then you already know
All right,
who's
let's hope
cleaning
that
it
we
up,
happen
trying to
still
make
after I
sure
do this.
that it's all cleaned up before there's a bigger problem. You know? And then people are like, "You're that dipshit." I'm like, "I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm not that dipshit. The fact is, I'm not your responsibility or your problem. And if you don't
Fingers
have the
crossed,
ability to
guys.
shift and adapt into and out of the situation, and what I got going on and what I'm doing, then don't roll in my corner. Like, it's not my problem. I don't think
stop
people
relying
get
on
that.
this
They're like,
evil
"But
computer."
I counted on you." I'm like, "No, you didn't count on me. You used me. I counted on you, and you didn't know how to get it
Last
done."
time I did this, so everything came back.
And you don't hear me bitching about your inability to do what you got to do. You know,
James wishes he could be a
you don't see
Tinder
me getting
swindler.
all pissy and hot
Yeah,
and
that guy
bothered.
was actually good
So
at what he did,
that's where I stand with it.
scamming people.
They're like, "You're not where you're supposed to be." I'm like, "I ain't been where I'm supposed to be my entire life, and I probably will never be. So I don't really care. You're not going to get me to change my mind after spending 30 years of living the same way. I've never been, I'm always where I'm supposed to be because I'm never where people want me. I'm always right where I'm exactly supposed to be instead of where I shouldn't be." So people are like, "You should be over there." I'm like,
What's the
"What you're
question though?
saying
Is
you
it
want me to pay
Hollywood
your
and Gower or
bills."
Hollywood and Vine? Like
That's
where he
essentially what you're
sleeps?
telling
He
me.
sleeps on Gower.
And they're like, "Yeah, that's where it's supposed to be." I'm like, "Pretty sure that's your
I
job."
don't know what's on Vine.
So it is what it is. Ugh. And you want to treat me
Open.
that way, then don't worry. I'll
Please
pay
be
my
there,
own bills.
please be there.
Just don't expect a check in the mail. They're like, "You're going to pay your own
Yes.
bills and you're going to pay us." I'm like,
Okay, we still have the
"No, see,
recordings.
that was almost that way the first time. Now, you're going to pay me and I'm going to pay myself. And if we work together, maybe we could just not have to pay each other at all. That would be good." Because that's the society that you're kind of trying to sell
Wouldn't
me.
it
That's the
cancel
whole
each
notion
other
you're
out if
selling
you're
me.
paying each other?
The idea of this free and equal world.
It'd just be like, what's the
Well,
difference between
all
the
right,
two?
let's see
And
it.
the one person get paid? That's too
And
logical.
right now, I'm not
Fuck
feeling
am I
that
saying?
fairness. I'm not feeling that equality. And I'm not being passive aggressive. I actually mean it. And I could probably tell you about a few people out here that would agree with that statement. And they're like, "No, we can get rid of them. We ain't got to worry about those ones." That was pre-COVID. Now you're fucked. And I'm very excited about it because it's about time that everyone actually have to, that people are actually having to start owning up to their word. And when the most someone has against you or that they're having to say about you is that you're not where you're supposed to be or you're not dressed the right way or something like that, fuck them. They're losers. Don't deal with people like
Math
that.
is hard for
If some
James. Math is
scumbag
hard
is
for
telling
me
you
too.
that you're not living right because of like the way that you speak or the way that you act and you're being yourself, that's just them having a problem with themselves. That's not your problem. And it never will be unless you make it your problem. So for me, I don't deal with people that have an issue with me being myself. I just don't. And as far as whatever you do or how you live, you do you. And if it's best for you to fit in, then fit in. But if it's not, don't. So I wanted to try this because I thought, well, maybe I'll try to fit in for a moment, just to be kind to the people who would like me to. And well, lo and behold, once again, the thing that's popular is total bullshit and not worth it. So, no thank you. I'll finish it off and I'll go get myself a better one. Because instead of me being deplatformed, all they did was make me famous. And now, instead of being able to get me off of their platforms, they're being internationally penalized and sued in different countries, including our own. And I'm getting my platform back. And even when they throttle my traffic for being real and not giving a fuck about how society tells me to be,
Okay, it
should
be recovering now.
at a faster rate than I would if they were to boost me. And besides, it's better because when they boost you, you have a whole bunch of fake followers that they try to make look like it's real, just so that you feel like you're more famous. And with the way that I'm doing it, I actually know my numbers and I know who is and who is. I don't.
He's freezing up. But now my internet's working again. Even though YouTube is like, hey, this is not working. I don't know. Pick up your mind, YouTube. I can see it's working on the other thing, so.
And last but not least, like I said, the biggest thing people are getting pissy about, and they're like, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. No, you're acting like an asshole, and you're more interested.
Oh, he's swearing. He usually doesn't swear.
Than you are in
I
me.
never hear him drop the F-bomb usually.
That just ruins everything. It really does. Ruins everything. People are like, well, money's the root of all evil. No, love of money is the root of all evil, and scumbags that can't grow up refuse to accept that money is an eternal thing. You're always going to deal with it one way or another, and you can choose to focus on someone's money, or you can choose to focus on their personality, and it's totally up to you. You focus on their money, you get shot. You don't, you stay alive. And that's just how it goes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I tell you, nowadays, it's so obvious how it's going to go for each and every individual that I see, to the point where sometimes it freaks me out. But I'm good. Don't worry. Excuse me. People be like, you're clairvoyant. I'm like, no, I don't have psychic powers. I'm a normal person. Some people are like, oh, psychic powers. I'm like, no, people are just that obvious most of the time. You usually can tell pretty easily what they're going to do, what they're not going to do, what's going to work for them, what's not going to work for them. Especially the people who think they understand people. The people that think they understand people the most are often the people that understand people least. So for me, I don't really try to claim my ability to understand people. I just pay attention, and then the rest is kind of just, like I said, obvious. Almost down to the second from time to time. And right about now, it's that second. You are so fucked.
James just likes watching the downfall of people in general,
I am not
but
responsible
then
for this. State for the record, if they can hear me up there.
who?
That is
God?
not my fault, or my problem, or my doing. I had nothing to do with it, and that's the truth.
I don't think anyone's blaming you,
There's
James.
just people on the boardwalk here, on a fucking Walk of Fame, who are trying to be, they're trying to play Mr. Clean. Let's say it that way.
Mr. Clean.
And it's just really not their bag. It's not what they should be doing. I guess essentially what I'm telling you is you got to find your lane and stay in it. And for me personally, my lane is not having a lane. And people are like, that's not fair. You're not allowed. Like, actually, yes, because this is American society, and not having a lane is my lane. Off-roading is what I do. It's literally my life.
So he wants to
In
be
one way or
homeless.
the other. So that's what I do. And people are like, you're not where you're supposed to be. I'm like, I'm sorry, but the fact is, if you were where you're supposed to be, you would know that I'm where I'm supposed to be. And that's the secret of it, is if you don't know, you don't know. And if you know, you know.
I think you're
welcome.
But yeah, James takes
I didn't
such
just stop
pleasure.
a guy from putting a homeless person on camera who was being federally protected. Put
Oh
on my
yeah,
dick.
is that what you did?
I interrupted his shot. Oops, my bad. Excuse my reach.
He doesn't like anyone else watching his downfall, though. He's the only one who can take pleasure in the downfall of others, is Mr. James. That's what I was trying to say.
You want to say I'm in the way? No, I'm not in the way, but I can show you in the way. And I'll do it in a way where you thank me for it later.
You could hack his headphones if he was as smart as him. I just love
Alright, I'm
music so
satisfied.
much, guys. What did he say his favorite song was? Can't remember. I remember reading the
Any of
question.
this shit over. Like, I get it. Some of you guys are like paranoid for your lives, and you're paranoid for my life. I'm gonna be real with you. For a lot of the people,
Right,
sorry, it's
Emily?
the signals I'm getting. With some of the
Right?
people that I've met, I told them right off the bat. I looked them in the face and I said, I am more famous than most celebrities. They're like, okay, so you're a nut job. So that's fine. I'm just gonna shut my mouth now. And now they're out there fighting for their lives and trying to figure out how to keep the attention off of themselves. And they're looking at me like it's my fault. I said to their faces that this is the truth. And they're like, but where's your numbers online? And like, where's all your fans? And where are the people that take pictures and take autographs? So it's not that type of fame, bro. They're like, oh, okay. And now they're finding out.
It's the I beat my girlfriend on the side of the road and everyone hates me nationally kind of fame, yeah.
So they're like, oh, yeah, I can get in on that. And they couldn't handle it. And they're looking at me like it's my problem. And it's not. It's really not. Like, I'm still there for you, but at a distance, because at that point, you're kind of getting greedy. And they're like, well, then we're going to muscle you in. I'm like, I'll muscle you out. You ain't muscling your way in. I'll teach you. You want to teach me a lesson, I'll teach you 10. Trust me on that.
Yeah, I'll teach you 20.
Ask anybody that's dealt with me in the past 4 years. You try to teach me a lesson, you're going to learn 10.
He's very fussy today, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Somebody just left their dog shit on the ground. All right.
Do you think James has shit on the ground before? Let's do a poll.
Kind of hard to find good people. Yeah, I'll tell you the truth, Jackie. I love life so much, the life that I'm living, that I don't care. I genuinely don't mind not being able to find good people anymore. I really don't. Like, my individual life and the way that I live it is so self-centered. Not always the best way to say things for some people. They think of self-centered and it's not a good thing. But like self-focused, and I'm able to be so self-aware all the time.
You learned that from Gary Vee.
That's how I like my life. I like my life being about me. And some people are, well, that makes you vain or narcissistic. I'm like, no, I will. You want to meet a narcissist, or you want to meet somebody who is selfish? I'll introduce you to somebody. Well, I got plenty of social pariahs that try to feed off of me, who are narcissists and scumbags and shit like that.
Me?
And if you want to meet them, all you got to do is hang around me for long enough, and you'll meet some of the people that try to steal from me all day long and are never successful. So, it comes to the territory. But if you want to know the difference between someone who's actually self-aware and someone who's self-centered, come hang out with me, and then whenever that narcissist shows up, you're going to know the difference pretty quick.
Conger. How you doing, Conger?
All right. Tell you what, I'm going to go take a seat. Ow. No, I'm not.
Is his bench is taken, I suppose.
Okay, so we're gonna rehash this now that I don't have people like in my ear trying to like direct my own fucking broadcast, trying to tell me how to do my own live stream. Like as they're walking down.
I was just about to go in there and be like, my ears were burning, James.
Into my broadcast, which I can't even believe people do that. Like, people are audacious.
Audacious.
But so essentially, people think that when they come through, so the authorities are gonna they're to the point where they're starting to come through LA, and they're gonna be coming through Hollywood pretty soon, and pretty much just cleaning up the streets to the point where there are no homeless people. But what people don't understand is that while you don't know much about people that are homeless, for people that don't know anything about the homeless people, or I should say the unhoused, people that are unhoused, is that they do hold up certain parts of the infrastructure of the society that we live in, the things that we do. They play a role. You just don't really see anything that they do. They remove the people that are at the bottom, what do you think is going to happen? I just want you to think about that for a moment, okay? Think about a pyramid. Think about a 3-legged stool. What happens if you knock out one of those legs, or you decimate the bottom of the pyramid? The pyramid's going to get smaller. The chair will fall over. The building will get knocked down. Whatever it might be, And when they do pull the rest of these homeless people off the street, and they will pull the rest of the unhoused off the street, because they're already starting to crack down on a whole lot. it's going to change things. And for the people that are like, oh, good, you know, they're like all snooty. Like, I mean, really, like super snooty. You know, they're like, we're getting rid of the homeless people, and now we're special. They don't understand how society works. They don't recognize that when that happens, and that will happen, and that's just. I mean, I don't want to say it's fine, but like it's bound. It's just the process of society. It's what's going to happen. But what people don't understand is that when it does happen, and because they're so lost in their own selfishness, they don't understand that when they do make that move, we're going to have to make lifestyle shifts too. Because there are people and experiences that we account for in our daily lives that to some degree of separation, even to the 6th degree.
I'm glad Jimmy blessed us too. What would we do without him?
Our movement and our decisions. And
I wouldn't know about ring camera laws, that's for sure.
How that's going to change our lifestyles when they do crack down on it. And so if you notice, I move at a pace that essentially stays in line with
it stays on the fucking same street every day. That's
the base tier of society. You know, so like I'll keep my standard when I'm in a situation where I have to be safe and careful and secure. I will keep my lifestyle at like to a point that I'm in line with the people that are at the base of the pyramid, right? And when I know that there's going to be an earthquake or there's going to be something going on, I try to make sure that I'm ready for it by staying at the base of what, the most secure part of said building, right? And near the door. And people aren't ready for the big changes we're about to have when, people do get moved off the street. Hey, go ahead. Go ahead. Go. All right.
What picture are we going to use today? John Allgood? Nah, we can't use John Allgood. We'll use this cat. It's a cute cat.
The motorcycle people are pissed because they're all getting arrested. Their cops are coming out here every night.
People arrested
flashing
everywhere.
Their lights and chasing them down.
Wherever James walks,
absolutely
people get
wild.
arrested.
They're not quitting. They keep coming around. What do you call it? When people ask me, they're like, what side are you on? I'm going to be real with you. I'm a Libra, and I like balance. I don't like turmoil. I don't like conflict. So I don't want anything to do with either side. They're all so fucking annoying. Like, literally, they drive me nuts. So I want nothing to do with it. They're like, whose side are you on? And I'm like, I'm not on either of your sides because you won't stop fucking fighting. I don't want anything to do with anything that you're doing on a professional level, whether it be your street profession or your real profession, because you guys are constantly at odds, and it's so irritating for me, and I don't like being in the middle of that because it just causes me drama, and I'm not about it. On a personal level, I don't mind who I associate with as long as I'm careful, but on a professional level, I'm not into the fucking weird shit. I just don't do it, And that's what it is to me. When you're fighting over nothing, I think it's weird, and not the good kind of weird, just like the disgusting and unhealthy version of weird. Because people will be fighting over all this shit.
They're different kind
of
Libras,
and not even paying attention to what's going on.
They're crazy.
And whenever they
Libras.
do make this social shift, nobody's going to be ready for it. They're so busy fighting with each other, they're not even paying attention to what's going on. And so that's fine. None of my business. Apparently. But they're like, fix it for us. I'm like, well, first off, let's get your high horse a little lower. We'll start with that. And then go from there and remind you that I'm not society's delegator. It is not my job to fix your problems. No way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your ears were burning. No one cares. Okay. Motorcycle lockdown? Yeah. Oh, you know what it is? No, they're not on motorcycles. They're, thank you for saying that so I could tell you. They're not on motorcycles. They are on, like, dirt bikes. So they're driving down the road without license plates. They're driving down the road without helmets. And they're just revving their engines and doing wheelies and going in packs and driving down the road. And officially last night, the cops, they decided to start chasing them down. And I saw it happen, and it was absolutely wild. I couldn't believe it. And so now, from what I'm hearing, they're starting an initiative that they're going to change the laws and, like, start actually charging these guys with felonies and like getting rid of them and pulling them off the street, which I'm really surprised about. Because if you ever go to Philadelphia, they do the same thing on the street and people love it. It's not a problem, you know. But I guess here, since we're preparing for the Olympics, they don't want
fucking
it, you know?
Olympics.
They're just
I
being
can make
real
us a
strict
bingo
about it
card.
because the
I'm
Olympics
pretty
are
sure
coming.
Olympics is on the
Whereas
bingo
like in
card.
Philly, nobody gives a shit. You can just do what you want.
Fucking Olympics.
In the street every day, you got to know what's going on. Yeah.
What really grinds my
you kinda
gears? He says that a lot too now.
Yeah. You kind of do. And that's the other piece of it. I'll be real about it is I'll think that like, and this is I especially experience this with women, is where I'll think a woman's interested in me, and so what I'm dealing with is where the men want my money and the women want my information, because like people in town know that I
your information
got connected rather quickly, right? And now I pretty much know most people in town, at least the locals, and in one way or another, I do. But they're like, oh, that's cool and that's fun, and I'm like, where were you before I knew anybody? Like, now I matter, you know. So like, will I fuck you? Probably. But will I marry you or take you on a real date? If you're paying, maybe. But like, I don't forget my first time, if you catch my drift. You know, it leaves a bit of a sting, you know. Thanks, Jack. So I'm careful about how I do what with who I do it with pretty much every day. And I took like the first year of being here, essentially personally evaluating every person that I involved myself with or got to know. And then I, figured out where I was supposed to be in society and make sure that I was moving towards what I'm supposed to move towards. And when I figured
Olympics
out where my
is
place
on
is,
it. There is a lot of words, so
gravitate in
not
that
every
direction, let
card
things happen,
is going to have
and
Olympics,
then
but if you
only
refresh
associate with
it
people on a
a few
certain
times
level.
or change the number,
And then I feel
Olympics will
bad
be on one of the
sometimes 'cause,
cards.
like, I do have people that care about me, and I have
James's
people that are
list
concerned
is
for
like
me.
way bigger than
But at the
Daisy's.
same time, it's like this crux where I'm at this precipice in my social life where the people that this isn't the company I keep type of thing where my personality's that way, because it's not. It's just like these are the people that are currently available to me for the most part, just because of my social position, or I should say my financial position, is mostly toxic people, mostly people who are suffering from either severe mental illness or, they have some form of a disability. And so it's like people are cool and they're kind and they want to be helpful. It's just when I accept their help, it's like what's coming with their help puts me in a position where I'm walking around feeling real uncomfortable, and I'm, because if they have a bad day, they'll back out of something and they're like, yeah, I could do that if I want. I'm like, that's fine. I do it for reasons. You do it for excuses. And then you try to compare it, my behavior to yours and then say it's the same.
Thanks for the beans.
And if it was, I would say it is.
Olympics.
And they're like, what do you expect, perfection? I'm like, I don't expect perfection. I don't expect anything from you to begin with. I really don't. Like, if I do something for you, I'll tell you what. In this
There's
town,
still a lot.
in Hollywood, most of the stuff that I do for people,
get out of here,
I don't
guys.
even know I did something
This is
for.
my job.
I'm not paying
Welcome to the
attention.
breakfast.
That's the way I was raised. You just do what you do.
I kid you
And then
not.
I
He
got
does
people
say
that are
it.
like, oh my gosh, you did this
What do
for
you
me,
call
you
it?
did that for me. Like, I didn't even know I did that. I don't need the praise.
Jessica Chastain, thank you for becoming a member.
It's the stuff that I want credit for, that I take the credit for. And, that's it. As far as the rest of it, it's just take it in stride, take it for what it is, and just do it, pay it forward, If you're someone that believes you might not be the healthiest person to be around me, then, pay it forward. Do I think it's true that nothing is free? No. Freedom is a real thing. It's just very expensive. That's the irony of it. What do you call it?
It didn't open.
There are
anyway.
things that are free, but freedom is not free.
Oh, I did click it twice.
So, there are things in this life that you don't have to pay for and are free. But freedom is not one of those things. But whenever you have the ability to pay for freedom,
interesting.
and you in whatever way you pay for freedom, and you have freedom, that is when you get exposed to and open to the things in this life that are actually free. So in essence, it's free, but it exists in a vacuum. You can't really, it's not actually free. It just looks free. You know, so you can choose between things.
Maybe you can't.
You can choose between things costing something and being right up front about it, or things looking like they're free. And I really haven't had any other type of experience. I've lived a lot of different types of lifestyles. I've ebbed and flowed and weaved in and out of a lot of different ways of life. And I chose my loyalties based on not only the experiences that I've had, but the experiences of the people around me and what their truths are, and, you know, what the most consistent evidence has shown to prove what is real and what is perception, existential perception as opposed to introspective perception, or I should say perspective. Paradoxical in some form. And at the end of it all, everything I'm saying, to some people is completely pointless, and to others, and well, I'm sorry, and then to the next person is their total truth, you know?
Alright.
And me personally, I
show you guys a
have
trick.
very few people in my life at all.
Oh, maybe I can't.
Because I refuse to
I have to do
choose.
this, though.
Because I see the values in all different directions. And that, like, even to the point of,
if your
in
card's
some ways,
like
remaining
27,
defiant to joining people who agree on
switch
my
it to,
mindset, because the whole notion of it, the mindset to begin with, is that you do not choose. So even, it's like when people were in high school and were goth, right? Well, we're the counterculture. Well, now that you're the counterculture, you're a culture. So you're no longer the counterculture because you are a culture. And then their job is to say, well, I'm not a culture. We're not a part of a culture.
So that's how you change. Like, if
We're
you
the
want a different
counterculture.
bingo
And, like,
card, that's how you change the bingo
either
card.
don't conceptualize the notion that they are a culture, or they're just in denial. So for me personally, I genuinely don't subscribe to a particular culture. I gravitate naturally towards cultures that are more atypically expected of me, right? But that doesn't mean that I spend all of my time in those arenas or with those people. They're what I'm used to. And so my loyalty, I keep my loyalty to the entirety of the public and not just to certain people. And that's really what helps me, is maintaining loyalty to the whole of the society instead of just some people. And then with that comes some responsibility, but, you know, and it's some irritations, but that's what comes with the territory of, you know, caring as much as you do. And I learned a lot about government officials and people, you know, that work in law enforcement who are actually within the mix of the public, but also, you know, help to run the polity. And then in some ways, I mean, I'm definitely not one of them. Like I it's not like I could do what they do, but what I can say is, at least on a principle level, I do understand what it's like, and am able to resonate with the experience of the weight and the requirements, and how stringent and strict the requirements are to be able to maintain responsibility within the public. I get that 100%. And some people are like, there's no way, dude, like, you just don't fit the profile. I'm like, well, you made the mistake you made with a guy like me is that the moment you try to profile me, you're not going to understand me. Because the whole idea of what I do and how I do it is that I'm not trying to avoid being profiled, but it's very difficult to pin me down because I do shift in and out of different social roles. And I've been trying to build a more concrete lifestyle for myself and start to choose, you know, but I'm not all the way there yet. And I thought I was, and then, you know, I'm here in this situation again. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not ready, because that broke trust for me. You know, when I thought, okay, they're going to pull me into a good situation real quick, I thought, okay, now I'm ready to get all this done. And now they say, well, this is your second time around, so you got to wait. Okay, that's not a problem. Just understand that, you know, you broke my trust too. And I get that, but I'm not hurt by it as much. You know, I'm just like, all right, we'll work it out. It's just going to take more time.
I don't know how to send a link to a Bigo account. If you just search James Saroka, like, you should pop up.
Thanks for the follow. Let's go talk about those Dodgers. I tell you what.
That's all I do. I just search James
Until
Saroka.
I'm in a proper situation.
So I gotta make a new account. I make
to
multiple accounts
pay
every
attention
day.
to sports.
So
I don't have the luxury of paying
make
attention
sure you're
to sports
spelling it right.
now, unfortunately.
I also don't want to like link his stuff
And
either.
that's
You know
another
what I
thing
mean?
is I got people expecting me to like build loyalty to the LA Dodgers, and when do I have time to watch the Dodgers? I'm too busy walking around the boulevard, trying not to get murked.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
too
gonna start
busy-
wearing a
I'm too
bulletproof
busy
vest.
just like trying to figure out where I'm going to sit down next, or where I might fall asleep when I finally run out of energy. I don't have time to watch the Dodgers. I don't know. Maybe I do a really good job of making it look like I'm doing fine, but holy crap. The expectations are absolutely outrageous. And I mean outrageous. I don't see, and let me put it this way, I don't see a single person who's expecting out of me what they're expecting out of me doing what I'm doing. I don't. And that's fine. You don't have to. I don't want you to. I really don't. But realize I don't want to be doing what I'm doing either. And the only way for me to get through and beyond this situation is for you to do your part and get me out of it. Because I got into it by giving you more than I had to give. And now that I've given more than I've had to give, it's time for that reciprocation. They say, no, we're enjoying the lifestyle that we're living when you are giving us more than what you're supposed to be giving us. I say, well, we can either do one of two things. A lot of you can start going to prison because you're going to get caught exploiting me, or you could just get me a proper housing situation real quick so we could just, fight this.
James threatening the government with prison. You better give me a house, or else I'm gonna send you to prison, government. Don't want to mess with James. He has that power somehow.
Well, I'm not saying we're all that different, but I am going to say that if the fight is going to be about you proving that you're smarter than me, just go ahead and take the cake and, give me somewhere to live so we can stop all this BS. I recede. I throw the white flag up. That's fine. I don't want to be doing this. This is stupid. This whole situation is absolutely ridiculous. Like people are becoming poor because you're not pulling me out of the situation I'm in for the resources that I've been.
Come out for the government jobs. That's right.
Me, but you're not.
Grab food.
You've never lived this life, so this
hungry.
clever idea that you think the people are going to come down on me instead of you is inaccurate. The people have learned; they understand what's going on. Intelligence within the American community as a whole has increased and multiplied over the last couple of decades, especially the last couple of years. And if anything, you're going to have your small children turning against you if you decide to go against the public. And I know you got it all figured out, but it don't matter. It's still going to happen. And you're so full of yourself on the knowledge that you've gained that you're missing the most simple of notions. And I'm missing them too. But the difference is I see the things I'm missing. They're known unknowns instead of unknown unknowns. They're things that I do know that I don't know. And I'm in recognition that I have to prioritize in order to be able to handle the situation. And so I'm prioritizing. Whereas people are telling me they're prioritizing, but what they're doing is remaining in denial and avoiding the situation. And then they say, well, I have other people I have to worry about. I'm like, so do I. But the difference is you made your priorities, you made your agreements, and I'm still waiting for you to make good on those agreements. Instead, you keep trying to buy me time, and I don't need my time bought. I got plenty to give away. What I need is proper housing, and I need it now. Like now. Not tomorrow, not another day, not scoop me up in the middle of the night, by your goons.
I thought James just liked being outside for funsies.
Like just
That's what he was saying, to be alone.
Because it's time. Thank you very much. Welcome from Iran. How are you? I can watch on my phone. I can't. Hey, I'll tell you once again. I wish you. No, I don't wish that for you. If you were in my position, you'd realize that I don't have the time or energy to devote to watching live TV or anything like that. I don't have the battery power for that. I literally don't. Like I have to go and charge my phone. I have to go and I'm like in public most of the time, so I don't have the ability to just sit down and watch TV. You know, I don't have that luxury yet.
Hey, oh, hiccups. Hey, Courtney. He does not have a
People are
job.
like, oh, you can
This is
make
James
time.
Saroka. He doesn't have a job.
But
Never had
I'm
a
not
job.
making time for TV when I could be making money. If I'm in a situation like this, I don't have any excuse as to why I'd be watching TV unless I was suffering from a mental illness and I couldn't, perform, or if there was something going on where it would impede me from my ability to progress and succeed. So this is about the best I could do. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of people about to have a rude awakening because our society is shifting as a whole, as a nation. And essentially, we're not ready for it. And a whole lot of people are like, that's such a dumb idea.
Right, let's see, guys. I'm
I'm
too
like,
busy
no, I'm sorry to
walking
tell
in
you,
circles
the fact of
18
the
hours a
matter
day
is,
doing what I do to be watching live
when we have a
TV.
whole
Come
bunch
on,
of things
guys.
fall apart in the next couple of years, they're just going to bring in the Olympics and expect us to get all excited and forget about the rest of it. You know? So for me, it is what it is, but I'm not going to stand here and do lip service to people that aren't putting in the work. Thank you for the kindness. I appreciate the help. But the reality is I got to get to where I got to get to. And right now that means getting inside somewhere properly. Just do your fucking job. It takes like 5 minutes. And they're like, the longer you're rude, the longer you're going to wait. No, I'm sorry, but that's your old style rules saying that unless I'm polite, that you're going to teach me a lesson. Well, I hope that my lesson is worth your career. I hope that my lesson is worth the lives of people that are living out here, because that's what you're costing them. By not taking care of the people you're supposed to take care of, these people that you're supposed to be putting in housing are dying on the street. Literally just up the road, somebody died today in the porta potty. I kid you not. Somebody was doing drugs in the porta potty and died. I walked up there. I thought they had some like an event going on because there was a tent. Someone was deceased in the porta potty. Yeah, literally. And like the cops were literally laughing about it. I'm not kidding you. They were like, yeah, I think you're going to have to use another porta potty. And so I walked away very fucking terrified at the psychopathy. It freaked me the fuck out. So I left. And I definitely will not be going over to that porta potty ever again.
James, I thought you were a hardened criminal. That shouldn't mess with your mind too much. Not for a hardened criminal.
I'm not quitting until I'm indoors. That's my my vendetta against
Courtney,
society
he's like,
at the moment
he is literally the male
I'm
version of
leveraging my
Heather.
health against the people that want to make money off of me. That until I am properly indoors, I am not going to put myself
Heather
in
and
a
him should get the
situation where I
townhouse
would be
together.
able to accept or be put in the environment or the arena with people who would be in that, that I'm not going to work with the people want me to work with, and I'm not going to be in a state where I'm able to be around the people that people want me to be around until I get housing. Until then, I don't care. I just don't. And maybe you may think you have the patience to go through all this again, but I know that you don't, and I do. And trust me when I tell you, I will do it all again, and you will run out of money, resources,
Go back to
and
jail?
you will start losing your jobs if I start going through it again.
So many narcissists say that, like,
I'm totally up
they
for
get
it at
people
this point.
fired all the
So I'm
time.
calling your bluff, and I'm saying, I put out a couple of emails. Let's see what I get back, and hopefully somebody comes through and puts a roof over my head instead of this. Oh well, let's just keep playing a game and getting them to go back to the cops. No, I'm sorry, bud, but we're done with that. It's time to get me proper housing. It's time to just do the job and move on.
He just goes to the cops
You
and
might
they
not like it. I don't
tell
care.
him
And
to
I
do
can't
things.
force you to do it, but I can't take your job. I can take your badge. But please find out. I don't have to put in any work. All I have to do is snap my fingers. And that's just for dramatics. I don't got to do that anymore. So like I said, get these people to kick these people's butts into gear and get me into proper housing here in Hollywood. Because I need it. It's not a matter of
Thanks,
a want,
Courtney.
it's a matter of a need.
Thank you for the
I've already
$5.
been out here one day too long.
I can
And you want to play with me
heart
on it?
this
That's
one.
fine. I got the rest of my life to play. I'll teach you a lesson or two. And we'll see who makes it. Yeah, I'm damn serious. You have no idea how fucking serious I am. You think I give a shit about my career more than my life? No. If I'm fighting for my life, I don't give a fuck about my career.
So see how he's intimidating the government are trying to. Like, that's the only way he knows how to make money is by, like, intimidating people like this and threatening them, which is kind of sad.
Situation, I don't care. I'm not gonna care. I say, oh, well, Disney won't like you. Oh, well, then I guess I'll get over it. I don't care. Whatever opportunity is gone, I'll find another opportunity. You know, and I am resourceful like that. I will figure something out. So if you want me to maintain my loyalty to you, get me off of the street into a proper housing situation. Not in jail, not in prison, in a proper housing situation in Hollywood. And I will maintain that loyalty, but understand you've already lost a good amount of my trust by allowing me to have had to spend the night out here to begin with. And for every night you make me spend out here, including the nights that you're making me spend out here because I said that I spent the night out here,
yeah, like threatening Josh.
I'm going to lose more trust with you. And I will take what you taught me, and I will walk away with it, and I will not
This is
join
James'
you in your
career.
personal pursuits.
This is what you're looking at right now.
So either stop teaching me and back off, or get me in a proper housing situation, because I'm not playing around. And trust me when I say it might take me years, but I will find a way to win.
His Coco GoPro solo to him is feet piece. Like he does this fucking feet piece thing, or at least he used to. But yeah, this is what he thinks his career is.
And if I have to shut my mouth to get what I want, then you can fuck off, because I'm not shutting my mouth. If I didn't spend a night out here, it'd be different.
Okay.
But I spent
James,
one night out here more than I was supposed to begin with, and now you're going to deal with a bratty, psychotic asshole until I get what I want.
Yeah.
Just like you act, I am going to act until I get what I want.
That's
and then
crazy.
all of a sudden you're going to see me prim and proper, and Disney's going to give me a job.
Disney's not giving you shit.
I'm going to say fuckity fuck fuck right in front of Disney, and I'm still going to get a job later on, because I will button up and do what I got to do, and I'll still get hired. Not because I'm that special, because I'm not, but because the people that run things understand where I'm at and what I'm going through. They recognize the amount that's coming down on me and how much people are being greedy with me. And so I will get that favor and that precedence. And people will just disappear, literally. And I will get moved into
James
their
is scary.
spot.
I'm sorry,
And
Carter.
whatever happened to them, it ain't
He's
my
a
fucking
scary
problem.
guy.
Sorry to tell you, but it never was.
What?
This is a serious business. One that most people don't take seriously until they have to. I take it seriously when I don't have to, because I want it more than you do.
Imagine, like, the housing people being like, if you just shut the fuck up, we'll give you a house. He's like, no way am I shutting the fuck up. I'm gonna yell at the top of my lungs. You gotta deal with the psychotic brat now.
Yes, housing is number one. Food in LA County is abundant. You can find food anywhere in LA County for free. So there's no excuse. And I don't even have to make excuses, because I got that part figured out. Housing is a necessity. It's not an option. It's been a necessity since June of 2024, when they passed a law where they're allowed to arrest people for sleeping on the street if they have any sleeping bags or any tents. And it's not a game. It's not funny. People are disappearing from the street because they have the legal right to rip them off the street if they want to, as long as they're not sleeping within 6 feet of the road and don't have anything on them at all as far as what to sleep with, including a backpack that they could claim is a pillow.
I don't know. Losing your job isn't a reason to, strangle women or scam cancer patients. I've lost jobs because of fucking this stupid shit. So, I don't know. I still think Matt Ayer's a piece of shit, and I will never, ever, 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 ever endorse anything he ever does. And I fucking hate him.
But when you put money between you and your kid, you've officially lost. I don't care what your opinion is. That's my opinion, and I'm very, very adamant about it. That's my very strong opinion about that. The moment you start charging your kid rent, you have now put a barrier between you and your child called finance. And your child, from that point on, no matter their age, will always see your relationship as, in some way, shape, or form, financially based. Yeah, you don't got it, but nice try. Do they watch your broadcast? Who, my kid? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I pretty much just, on an existential level, keep the bills paid. and keep the house intact and all that. But I don't know. I
No, you
honestly
don't.
know.
James, what the fuck are you talking
I
about?
try not to find out because it's just right now it's just a real volatile situation. I don't want anything to do with it. As far
James
as my
doesn't pay
kid,
for
he's
shit.
real strong. I know that. I could feel it, and I know he's fine. I'm not worried about him. I know I'll be in his life later on physically. As of right now, I'm out here just getting bread, taking care of things, and one day when he's supposed to physically be in my life, he will be.
I mean,
Yeah, no, it don't really work
it
that way
does
with the
suck that
churches at
James
this point.
took him off the right path if he
stuff
was on the right
changed.
path.
Yeah, you have to move out of town. What do you call it? Stuff has changed where, you know, the churches aren't like legally.
James
allowed
doesn't pay
to
child
help
support, as
people
far
get
as
off
I'm
the
aware.
street in those
James
ways
doesn't
and, like,
pay
get the
shit,
hotel rooms and stuff,
saying that he
because
like
the
keeps the
state
house full and shit. What are you
oftentimes, or
talking
even
about,
the county
James?
will come down
With
on
your
them about it.
40 cents in
because
beans?
it makes the county look like they're showing favoritism to certain people. So it's not really an option. What will I do at Disney? I'll tell you what, I'm here to the point where I'm walking past the Disney building and saying fuck, fuck, fuck. So I honestly don't know yet. I have to wait for the gods of men to clean up my shit. They want to be bored? Well, I'll give them something to do. And I know I'll pay for it later, probably in the form of literal pain and shitting myself. But we've gone at it before. We'll go at it again. And that's why some of them are, you know, some of my best friends that I don't have. So it's fine with me, you know?
Yeah,
I'm up for a good challenge.
Doesn't want.
But when I have to put in all the legwork and I do all the shit I got to do, and then they're not having to do jack shit, they already know it's coming back to them. And sometimes, for some of them, they get excited. They love that. But me personally, this time around, I'm really not trying to play. I'm not joking about it. I gotta get this. I gotta get this real simple thing figured out just to get the proper housing. And there's nothing else to it. I don't have anything else I'm worried about. And they say, well, why make such a big deal out of something so small? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you live on the street? Do me a favor. Go live on the street and then tell me if it's something small. Because it ain't that small at all. You know, it's kind of a big deal. And they're like, oh, you're complaining. You're being a wimp. I'm like, no problem. Okay, so when you get evicted, I'm going to see you out here.
Evicted. And
then you let me know how easy it is. Because, you know, you got to figure it out. So it's super fucking easy. I'm going to see you in a minute. It ain't easy. What I'm trying to do is do it the right way. I could get off the street in a minute if I want to. You know how many women out here I meet that would take me home in a fucking heartbeat?
0?
At least 100 a day, literally.
100.
Not counting the
100 a day.
locals.
Okay, dude.
But I don't, because I'm trying to keep to society's rules. There's things that I'm learning. I'm getting a social education. And I want to continue getting that social education, so I try to do things to the book. And some people think me stupid for, you know, living my life this way. But if you only understood, you know, some people say they don't understand how I do what I do in my life. And they can't even conceptualize some of the accomplishments
I know exactly
that I
how he
have,
does what he does.
And then I tell you, you know, obey society, the rules of society when appropriate. That's pretty much all you got to do. So you could be a millionaire, choose to live on the street until society says that you're worthy of an apartment. Most people can't do that. Personally, I could. So, you know, it just is what it is. I
don't like
more
Matty
about this
R.
education that I'm getting than
I
most
showed
people do. You got a lot of people that come to this
something
country
with him
just
the
to
other
become part of
stream. I can't
America,
remember what stream it
who
was
want to learn
now.
what it means to be an American. And, you know, it's not something that people born in this country often recognize the value of and do, unfortunately, take advantage of quite often. And in some ways, that's to my benefit, because when I have
Technically
natural
2
born
hours?
Americans taking advantage of all the benefits we
There's
have
still
in
an
this
hour
country
before this.
and everything that we have that most people don't
Yes.
across the world, education-wise
She was
and
pregnant
knowledge-wise.
when he did that.
Well, it's just I'm one step ahead
Hey,
of the
Maggie.
curve. You know, it keeps me ahead of the
How you
competition
doing?
because they're so busy being full of themselves. They don't realize what there is to get out here. And
Cat.
so I'm out here getting it while
How
they're
you doing, Cat?
just thinking I'm
And
the fool.
Dez. Look at
I
that.
don't, like I said, that I don't mind. And then vice versa are people who really want it, but
He's
they just
angry tonight,
admittedly
right?
don't want it as
He's
bad as
fucking
I do.
angry.
Like that shit, all these people that are like clapping and doing annoying shit to intentionally piss me off, who could say that they're not intentionally doing it and claim me paranoid. I don't give a fuck if you claim me paranoid. I'm going to take pleasure in the fact that you're probably going to get slapped across the face for pissing me off. Not by me, but karma's going to find you down
No,
the road.
not
but
James,
I promise
not
you're not
James.
going to have fun with it.
Not James.
So, And it's unfortunate, but I'll tell you, the dude that got murdered by drugs today, he was someone who
Murdered
I'm sorry,
by
they
drugs.
were someone who was who was really disrespectful to people and rude, and was like they were a person that there aren't a lot of people that's going to miss them, and they're a person who was the type of person who's going to try to get somebody to get all riled up and be running down the street and be making fun of people, and then, like I said, just the hand of God or the Reaper shows up, and that's it. And people count on this forever life. They count on this eternity that they believe in. And then push comes to shove, and the Grim Reaper shows up, the Baba Yaga shows up, and you're fucked. And that's the reality of it. So,
they're interrogating the fentanyl.
realizing that it could be my last, and I don't forget it.
That's a good theory, Des. Like, he's just cutting off oxygen to his brain, gets him like kind of high. I've asked. James hates Daisy. I can get the clip if you haven't seen it. I'll do a poll to see if you guys, how many people have seen the James. Oh, Daisy wanted to come on stream tonight, and I kind
Good
of
place to work, huh? I'll find out. People just
didn't even open her messages, but
time frames.
maybe she'll
To
come
the
on
point where I can
tomorrow.
fucking talk about it out loud, and then I never existed in space to begin with.
She only gave me an hour's notice, so like I was like, yeah, he
Dude,
calls her a terrorist.
I live a life where even the cops can't do what I do, and it pisses them off. So they get so fucking mad, but then they get excited. They're like, "Oh, are we gonna learn?" And I'm like, maybe. How far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to go? Me personally, I've gotten enough knowledge to the point where it's time for me to be in a place and get appropriately get a proper housing situation going on. But beyond that, I don't got much else to ask for. I'm not interested in becoming a master of the universe just today. I'm doing pretty good as it is. I got enough confidence for the day, and what I need is a proper roof over my head in the way that I want it. And asking for it in this specific area is not asking for a lot, especially considering how much I've done for the Hollywood community. And what really does upset me is that some people are, "Oh, we've done a lot too." I'm like, no offense, but like I got a finger on the pulse of this area. I know what you do and what you don't do, even when you don't know that I exist. And I'm telling you, I am one of the hardest working people that puts out for free on this Walk of Fame. To the point where, like I said, these guys are always trying to figure out how I do what I do.
What stream was it actually? Was it the Toilet Bandit one?
For me to, it's not much for me to ask that I get put in a proper housing situation when I applied at the appropriate time, and they're putting people ahead of me that are like drug dealers and murderers and like people who are like fully able-bodied, who have full-time jobs that could get their own place. Like they'll go and they'll put an undercover cop in a bed, and this really does piss me off, so I'm gonna say it. They'll put an undercover cop making $60,000 a year in one of those beds, in one of those in like a place that's meant for people that are homeless or unhoused. And so he's driving around in a $60,000 truck and has all the money in the world, and they're allowed to take up one of those beds. And like, I might not fully understand why that's appropriate, but it really pisses me off when someone, even if it is their job,
Does it
to
grind
be doing
your
what they're
gears,
doing,
James?
that they're willing to put somebody in that bed, and then I'm fucking out here doing more than that undercover, and I'm doing it for free for society, and then you're gonna put him in there, let him act like a cocky asshole and piss people off, and I can't even get a fucking bed. Well, I'm sorry, but it's a little biased, just a little bit. And the bias doesn't bother me until you start talking to me about equality, and you start talking to me about how you're handling the homeless, the unhoused situation. Like when you're telling me that you're taking care of the unhoused situation in LA, and you're talking to me about equality and a lack of bias, and then I'm seeing that, and I do understand the inner workings of it, and I recognize that there is a lack of fairness, I get really pissed. Really quickly. Maybe tomorrow I could be the master of the universe. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to be master of the universe today. Maybe one day, but not today.
Not today. No.
That's not fair. Yeah, it's not fair at all. And then on top of that is the undercovers out here. They'll have sleeping bags, they'll have tents, but then you see any single homeless person out here with a tent or with a sleeping bag. Yeah, the intimidation thing don't work with me. I'll just eat you alive. What do you call it? They'll get pulled right off the street. Now the tents, good. Anybody with a tent on Hollywood Boulevard, please, definitely make them get rid of the tent. I can't stand the tents. I think it's so ugly and it looks bad, and you don't need it. I'm sorry, but tents are not a necessity. You can get a fucking sleeping bag.
Check this out.
And you can get
fast.
something to cover your sleeping bag with for the rain, or find somewhere to sleep out of the rain. Or, the fact is these churches give away so many sleeping bags that if you sleep one night and it rains and you wake up in the morning, you're wet, you can just throw that sleeping bag out and get a new one. They'll give you like a brand new one.
Maybe.
So like, there's no excuse for the tents. I'm totally on board with not having tents on the street. Sleeping bags, I think, is a little iffy. I like that now there's not a whole lot of people walking around the Walk of Fame with, carrying blankets and carrying sleeping bags, because that was just bad. But not all of us are in a situation where you could, because like in a sleeping bag, you can keep your clothes clean if you have to stay on the street. Whereas without a sleeping bag, even if you're wearing layers, it's still gonna, you're gonna get dirty. There's no way around it.
Do you guys know what stream that was? Like, we've done so many James streams, like, I can't remember what one it is. I'm going through a bunch of them trying to find it.
No, I'm sorry. It's really nice not to see people walking around with blankets and sleeping bags, because it made us look really, really bad. And you could always change your clothes, and there's plenty of laundry available, free laundry for people that don't have it. It's about prioritizing, like I said. So many of these people, they just spend all the time doing drugs. Literally, they'll just sit and do drugs all day, and they're like, yeah, no, I didn't have time to do laundry. I'm like, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that. But, last but not least is just being in a situation where you don't really have anywhere to go, and you got to sleep, at least 6 feet from the roadway, 6 feet within the roadway there, and you can't have anything on you, including a pillow, which if you put your backpack under your head, you can still get arrested. They could claim that you had a pillow. And it was a cop that told me that. I'm like, well, that's. I get it. I understand you're doing your job, but it's like, how far do you want people to go? If you're not going to give people proper housing, then you're going
James's
too far.
birthday.
And you're like, well, it's not.
You're right. You're right. Thank you. How could I forget that?
It's going to be really bad.
Yeah, it was either the day before or the day of his birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And people see me maintaining my composure, and they're like, they're waiting for me to go off, and I'm like, I'm trying to explain to them, no, I am genuinely communicating to you that you're about to have a riot in the public in LA County because of what you're doing with the homeless people, and they're catching you arresting people instead of putting them in housing. Like, I literally, I really don't want to go too far into it. Like, we got to figure that out, because you're trying the Pennsylvania way and the Oklahoma way, and you're fucking up real bad, and you're getting
the
caught.
Way that
so it's time to just try the smart thing,
arrested.
Stop
the state team was
doing
arrested.
what you're doing, and actually put people into housing situations instead of trying to cover it up and put them in jail, because it ain't working. And that's coming from somebody who has the experience on both sides of it.
I'll play it after his little rant here when he winds down. Yeah?
Yeah. That's exactly how it is. And what side do I stand on? I stand on my own corner. Genuinely, I stand on my own corner. I'm just sick of now me having to deal with something that's stressing me out more than it should. Now I'm starting to get vocal. And when I get vocal and I start taking care of things, laws start.
Don't worry,
to change.
Chris, we got an hour after
terraform
this
the
to watch
economical
that I
environment,
haven't sniped.
literally,
So
if I have to. So
we'll have
find
James
me
come.
housing in
I'll
Hollywood.
airdrop that, actually.
I've reached out to almost a dozen different organizations. I've done my due diligence. If I have to sleep outside one more night, protests are going to start, and that's it. As far as riots, I'm trying to start protests so that riots don't happen.
Yeah, that's how it works. Protests never lead to riots.
But these kids right now,
James is
these
just trying to
kids
keep us
don't
safe. He's not
care.
trying to intimidate
People
you.
don't understand that these kids do not care at all. They do not respect the authority. They don't care who's a cop or not a cop. They don't give a shit about your life. They don't. And you gotta understand that, you know? And so I'm saying it to you because I care. And people are like, yeah, we got it handled. We got it figured out. No offense, but if you had it figured out, I wouldn't be out here.
What's he gonna do?
I wouldn't.
He gonna take them and he gonna bring them right here.
If you had the situation figured out, I would not be outside.
Hell yeah, I want to see it.
Why on your side? Well, thank you. Right now, the side that I'm on is me getting out of this situation. And so I'm saying, okay, well, if you're applying this much pressure on me, then I'm going to do what I have to do to try and help you with your situation. Because if you're forcing me to live outside and you're putting people in front of me that are drug dealers or murderers to get put in these new housing development things, then that's fine. But realize that's you telling me what I hear is that it tells me that you're weak, you can't handle your situation, you can't do your job right, and that you need my help. And so the only thing I'm going to do is try to help people get more organized and do some protesting, because if they don't start protesting, they're literally going to start just rioting on the streets worse than COVID. I guarantee you. I already see it coming. And you don't see it because you're not out here. And even if you're out here and you're someone of authority, I know you don't see it because you still have that structure. You still are outside of it. You're not an insider. People know that you're undercover. So they're not going to tell you things that you wish they would tell you.
James had me up at 5:30 this morning.
Undercover and not being involved in all the drama.
It's crazy.
People kind of, they show me what's going on. They tell me what's going on. And without violating anyone's personal privacy, I'll tell you right now that these people are so screwed unless they do something about it. Like this is what's going on right now. Nobody wants that. It's going to get worse.
Can we hear what they're saying? Can you spot the undercover
take
cops, James?
action and stop trying to cover shit up and start putting people in housing situations instead of trying to throw them in jail to shut them up? You got people going absolutely schizo. Literally. Can I spot an undercover cop? I can tell you where one's gonna be before they even show up there before I've ever met them. Because to me, they're that predictable.
James can see into the future. Minority Report. Remember Minority Report? He thinks he's Tom. Well, I guess Tom Cruise is being chased in Minority Report.
I'm trying to figure out how to get away from this guy that's screaming in my ear. I'm trying
Just
not to
walk
punch him in
away
the
from
face,
him.
Honestly.
Walk of Fame is pretty big.
I'm in one of those social time frames where I would get away with breaking his face. So I'm really, really fighting temptation not to just knock him on his ass.
James, you're not gonna get hired at Disney breaking people's faces, saying fuckity fuck outside of Disneyland. Or whatever, Disney headquarters? Is there Disney headquarters on the Walk of Fame? I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, I have no idea. Do you have any idea how much I just accomplished during that walk?
Nothing.
I literally just walked behind a government official. And
What?
yes, I'm able to peg them and that easy. I'm able to see them that easily. So I spent all that time walking behind a government official talking about that. Because I want them to understand and recognize in person what's going on. And who it was someone that had been whispering in my ear here and there, if you catch my drift, and trying to make sure I heard what they wanted.
The fuck, James?
And now
come
I
on.
gave them my taste, a taste of my medicine, and told them, hey, here's the situation. If we don't do something about it, we're going to have riots in the streets. And so they understand that I'm not starting riots in the streets. I'm trying to help you stop riots in the streets from happening, because while you think you're going to run up to your mansions, they're already trashing your mansions. People are so pissed that they're climbing all the way up those hills and breaking into your homes. So like, it's not 1980. You can shift the way people perceive the public as much as you want. You can control people as much as you want, but things are coming to a point where people are flipping, and they're going to flip on you at a time that you're not expecting it, because they're so pissed that they're willing to keep their mouth shut until they're able to strike. And I'm seeing it. Like, I'm seeing it out here. Like, there's a lot of hatred among the people out here with the government and how they feel about the officials. you know, and they tried the rioting, they tried the fighting, and they just started getting mowed over by cop cars. So what they did was they got passive aggressive, and now they're just waiting for the moment to strike, and they're not playing. So, you know, if you don't want that to happen, they really don't want to do it. But
James has been here for, I think, 1 month today.
And stop acting like a bunch of psychopaths when your job is to be running the public. You're supposed to be taking care of things, not trying to lock them down. Let the FBI do their job. Let the agency do their job. Stop as a cop, as a typical cop, trying to do the job of 6 or 7 different government officials who are supposed to be doing what they're doing. Work together. Don't be trying to do the whole job, because watching you guys do that, I'm seeing how people are getting pissed because you're doing it inefficiently, and they're starting to, you know, rebel and revolt. And I mean, literally, like I told you, there was that murder today just up in by the porta potty.
James,
and oh, we're just gonna cover that up.
That's not a
Do you know how
murder.
many people posted about that?
That's not a murder.
7.
Murdered by drugs. The guy OD'd. It's not a murder.
Know about a single one of them. Now everybody knows. So I'm trying to tell you is they are well organized. They're smart. These are domestic terrorist cells. This is something I have experience in. I know what I'm talking about. And you guys are seriously fucked unless you start taking care of the housing situation and get people off the street without putting them in jail. Because if you start putting these people in jail, and the people in the street they're gonna know. And word's going to get around, and there's only so much they're going to put up with before they start to revolt. And I'm telling you, they're at a tipping point. So there you go. I mean, that's the best I could do for you. I don't know what else to say. And that's the other thing is like, I'm into social justice in reference to equality, but I'm not a social justice warrior. Like I've said, I was like, oh, I'm a social justice warrior. And then I realized, I'm like, no, I'm definitely not. I'm a mediator, I'm a delegator, but I'm not a social justice warrior. I'm the person who's going to try to get people to get along first. And I'm trying, but they're not listening to me. And then they're thinking they're going to put me out here and get me to get involved and get me all riled up and just do people's jobs. And I mean, they really do believe they're so smart that they're going to like get me to do, you know, like I said,
was a
organizing
murder.
protests and stuff. I only said that to see people's reaction.
Drugs.
And the reaction I got was
the
exactly what I
suspect.
expected. A whole bunch of wannabes who got money who think that they're just going to get me to do their work for free. No, you're fucked. They're about to riot on these streets, and I'm not stopping it. It's not my fucking job. You're going to ask me to help you stop riots while you're forcing me to sleep on the street? Suck my big fat dick. It's never happened.
No one came
I
to
will
James
sooner die
with this task
than work
to
for
stop
you
the
for free
riots.
ever again
It just didn't happen.
because I'm sleeping outside. I came home and I was expecting a proper welcome, and you're going to do this to me? Well, then fuck you. You can take care of your own problems. I don't care if you're a judge. I don't care if you're the governor. I don't care what your job
the governor
is.
coming to James.
Your job
Yeah,
is
okay.
not my job. I'm not doing it. And if you don't want to get me in a proper housing situation because I'm not living the way you want me to, like that lifestyle and that behavior is more important than my survival, then I don't want anything to do with you, because it's an absolutely insane idea and a notion to say that someone's lifestyle is more
Hey, Kelly.
important than their existence. I'm not living for your principles if I'm not getting the proper necessities met. Like, you're going to tell me that you're going to tell me that your lifestyle is more important than my existence, then I'm going to tell you the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to
that
match
did
your
trigger
energy.
him.
You tell
Bobby
me
McFerrin.
that you having
Don't
a steak on
worry.
a Friday is worth more than my human life.
Be happy.
Don't worry, my steak is worth more than yours too. Except mine is actually worth more financially than your physical life. But please, let's keep playing. You can prove to me you're smarter, and you'll win. In the long run, you'll lose, because your own system will turn against you.
Oh,
I'll
he
claim
kicked
that system when you
Snapjack
pull me off
out?
the fucking street. But
Why?
until then,
Snapjacky,
you
his
can
only
enjoy me being your
supporter
little
from the old
non-criminal
days.
outlaw. You can enjoy me being your Hollywood mascot until you figure this shit out and get me off the street.
Angry.
Thanks for the hearts.
Quit moving your face around, James.
Think I
I'm
give a
trying to
fuck?
draw on it.
You kidding me?
Can't even get
You're gonna
near
betray
him.
me and expect me to bow a knee to people that are just using me?
Yes.
I know they're worried about me. I know they care about me. I shouldn't have to have people providing for my needs when the government has already made the agreement to do so. I shouldn't have to have a buddy invite me to sleep in his car because he feels bad that I'm sleeping on the street when the government says, here's a free apartment. I shouldn't have to do this. And I'm not taking him up on the offer to stay in the car. I'm not doing it. It's just bait. I'm not stupid. He's not baiting.
Because then you'll make the car smell like fish ass.
Fucking using him, and unbeknownst to him, that I'm getting baited. I'm not gonna do it. So that's that.
How would it be bait?
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. My battery is almost dead, and psych, I have a portable battery. So we're good.
Well, there you go, guys. He got a portable battery.
That's fine.
I was almost going to be like, cool. We got another hour. We got another hour of James after whenever he
I have to put my
finishes.
stuff down so I could do it. No, you take that as your warning. That's not my warning. That's your warning. Right now, it always cracks me up when I'm covering for somebody and they fucking tell me, hey, that car that almost hit you, take that as your warning. Hey, dumb fuck. You're the one that was supposed to just get hit by that car.
Two crazy people threatening each other with a car that has nothing to do with it.
If you were there, you'd already be dead. So you're welcome, you know? You're welcome. You're fucking welcome. I already have all you checkmated, but please, enjoy. Play on. I'm sorry, I'm talking to a specific couple of people who think they're playing a game right now. I'm just pretending to be one of their pawns for the moment. I already have them checkmated, but I figure I might as well, gather a little more information about their personal lives for later on, should they ever try to take leverage against me, then I have what I need to take them down. And I already have enough to take them down, but I want to make sure that if I ever have to bury somebody legally, that they ain't coming back up. They think they're doing that to me, but they don't understand how good I am at getting out of shit. And I do know how good they are at getting out of shit, so I got it. All right, bitch boy, we hear you. God bless menopause.
What? James, what do you mean by that? What the fuck? God bless menopause?
See, there was a day when California actually did protest, when California actually, went to their government and civilly did what had to be done. And nowadays, it's like everybody's just so crazy.
Yeah, flip-flops.
And they're fighting, and then it doesn't produce any results. There's no, the only thing that happens is they're arresting people, and that's
yeah, for sure, Emily.
More people,
You can like that.
Yes.
Yes.
So instead of the laws changing in their favor, the laws are changing against what they would desire because they're choosing violence over civility. They're choosing the sword over the pen.
Oh, this is regular James to me. He's been boring James lately. I've been waiting for the piss and vinegar to come out. I'm just lazy today. I don't want to make accounts because he's gonna ban him super fast today.
Do you have any idea how taxing it is to have to pretend like I'm scared every day? Do you know how annoying it is to have to get into character and behave as though I give a fuck about any of this? It's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting. I see people fighting, and I realize how stupid it is and how much they don't need to be fighting. And, we live in a country where everything is organized and engineered for us to be able to live amongst one another. It's already in place. It was put in place by our founding fathers. It's a very real thing. So many people just choose to subscribe to these different subcultures, and then they fight with each other, and they look at me and they say, what side do you choose? like, bro, I'm an American.
Yeah, me and Chris are
And they're like, I'm an
desensitized
American too.
to
I'm like,
crazy
I'm
Jimmy.
sorry. I behave as an American. I don't just act like one. You know? Like I'm an actual American, not just like trying to pretend that I'm an American. Or, you know, and that I got so many things controlling my behaviors and keeping me out of whack with society. So, and nowadays you got so many people just behaving based on things that have nothing to do with the American
I'll tell you what,
way,
guys, when he account
that it
hops,
looks like they're
I'm
all
gonna have
doing what
so
they're
many
supposed to be
accounts
doing.
because he'll like
And then
get
they
too
look at
many
a guy like
beans.
me
He'll be
who's
like,
actually
okay,
living the
guys, I gotta
American
make a new
way.
account.
And honestly, in my opinion,
And then all my accounts will
I
be
got a bit of the
unblocked.
American dream going on. That they think I'm the one not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. They're that maladapted to American society that they don't realize that they're, well, for lack of a better
Oh, you're
term,
good, Emily.
brainwashed. But there's nothing I can do about that except, you know, play my part and try to get people to delegate and get along instead of fighting.
Yeah, I don't even like promoting my stuff, but the Steve Kelso interview was pretty good. It was very
Alright,
interesting.
well,
We learned a lot.
There's gotta be somewhere.
And
I can
his
sit
story
down.
was crazy.
Oh, if only I could find somewhere that I can sit down, then I'd be able to plug in my phone, you know? No. I'll get there.
Hey, it's been a while since I've been
Got a few things to learn yet, but I'll get there. Since you're forcing me to be, since you want to play teacher, I'll play teacher too. You teach me, I'll teach you.
Monkey see, monkey do.
I look like the fool.
Hop
But
did
later
not
on, I
appreciate
promise
being
you're gonna
hopped
find out you
upon.
are the fool.
Ooh, Rocky music.
You won't be. You're not the first, and you won't be the last.
We made it, guys. We're in Hollywood.
So for the people that still believe in the American way and support peaceful protest, in my words, God bless America.
Yeah?
And the sad thing is, there's so many people that genuinely don't care, you know? And like, that's fine, they don't have to care, but they don't understand the country they live in. Honestly, like, people don't understand what America is. We don't, most people even born in this country don't understand this country or how it works. And they're like, you realize, like, we don't care. I'm like, you don't have to care. You know, you could just keep living your mundane life, and then whenever life smacks you in the face and you find out you have to care, well, then you can either just run back to someone who might be willing to keep helping you stay in denial, or you'll grow up. And one way or the other, it's none of my business. It's not that I don't care, but I'm going to match your energy at least to the level where I have nothing to do with your life. If
Oh,
you're
I
gonna tell
remember
me
that video.
to waste my energy on
We
you.
gotta watch that video one day when he gives us like nothing else to watch. For the new people. I come from a land down under.
You know, when they put somebody down the street, okay, this does happen. Okay, so like you can think whatever you want. Maybe your life isn't this exciting, but mine is. When they send somebody down the street to hit me with their car, and I look them dead in the face, and they stop their car without needing any sort of, you know, psychoactive manipulation. You know, it's about authority. You can have as much control.
What are you saying?
All these people around me,
Stop
they got all
glitching.
this power, they got all this control, but they aren't the authority. They
I gotta
wanna
put
be
this over
called
here
the
so we don't
authority.
forget
They
about
call
it.
themselves the authority, and then eventually they remember
So I will forget
by
about
the
it.
authority. And those people that aren't even here on this planet anymore, right? That aren't even alive anymore, are still, based on everything that they built into this country, they're still running this country. Everything they taught us and everything they put into the inner workings of this country, we still operate on that. So no matter what you want to change, you're going to find
That's
out
Dre.
that at the end of the day,
I play
God
this
always
song on the
wins.
ukulele sometimes, but not in the right key.
I don't know how
I
else to
should
say it to
get
you,
a cape. I do have a capo.
but God does
cap.
always win, even when we don't want him to. We don't have to agree with it. We don't have to like it. We
Yeah,
can enjoy the
Molotov was
country
cool.
that was built on the concept and notion of God, and enjoy the spoils, and then deny God. But it doesn't change that no matter the denial, we have to answer to the authority that is
R.I.P.
the structure of
Real
what we
feet.
built here in this country. Like, no matter what, you have to answer to the authority of this country, not necessarily the powers that be, but the authority of this country. If you're lucky enough like me that you don't have to answer to the powers, you still, even I, have to answer to the authority, And I'm lucky enough to be able to avoid most people who are like full of themselves and believe themselves to be the authority because society delegated for them to have authority in society. But I'm also blessed to live in a place where most of the people who are in a position of social authority have the wisdom and maturity to recognize that their authority is delegated and doesn't belong to them.
Are we at his favorite bus
their
stop?
authority isn't their authority.
Why are we like
It's
sideways
the authority
facing?
of the polity that elected them. But that doesn't exist everywhere, So, give me 1 second. I'm just going to plug in.
Yeah, we don't want the phone dying. I might have to go smoke. Well, I guess while this is happening, this is him reacting to Daisy.
She wants to have no more market economy. She wants to free the zoo animals and have everybody be free. Oh my gosh, I am so happy for you and your goals. Guys, that's a terrorist. What the fuck is wrong with
And
you
once
guys?
again, I will state that I do not kidding or want the protection.
I am not about that life.
And if you
That's
guys
what he
really
thinks
want to
about
see some
Daisy.
cool stuff, stop trying to protect me. Watch it happens. A lot of cool stuff will happen if you stop trying to protect me. You guys want all this change and all this growth. Well, then stop getting in the... I mean, with all due respect, thank you for your support and your attempts to help me. But, if you just get out of my way and let me do what I do, I'll show you what I'm capable of in a good way, So thank you for the support. Thank you for trying to help. And without being too rude, just let me do what I do. You don't have to go silent. You don't have to try and slow down time or create a situation where I might seem less, or I should say more palatable. I'm doing good. And it doesn't matter if I
Oh,
sound
the
nuts.
light bulb video.
And I'm
I was
trying
gonna
to
be
help
like,
you
the
guys
light bulb
understand
video?
Like, I have
Where I
already
changed the
created
light bulb with the
contingency
like
plans
fucking
for
11
my
foot
future that
ceiling.
I don't have to worry if I sound a
That
little
was
off the
something.
rocker. So
But
I'm
I did
asking
it.
you to just let it happen and relax, and enjoy a little dry humor here and there.
He does complain a lot for such a lucky guy.
Life is tough, and if you want to get tough with me, I'll get tough with you, and you'll find out, what a 1 out of 10 tough looks like for me. And when you're at an 11 out of 10, and I'm at a 1 out of 10, and all of a sudden you're ready to get along. I don't like getting tough with you guys, but from time to time, I gotta get a little stern. And I know we can all relate to that. And this is the part where I say to you, instead of you saying to me, I got you, shut your mouth. Because I do. And it's time to be quiet. Because it's my turn to work.
Silent Hill is a good October game.
And then, the powers that be will believe that they've won and they got what they wanted from me. With all due respect, it comes at a cost.
Cost, guys.
The more you interrupt me, the larger the cost. The more you get in my way, the more money you'll owe me, in one way or another. And people try to price their time and energy the way I price my time and energy, but they don't understand how to. And they say, well, no, I got this figured out. I just tell you, you owe me this. And I say, no.
It has been so long
you
since
are
anyone said
dedicated
anything.
to a
He kicked
policy
Snapjackie
that
out.
has a price
No
already
one
for
has
you.
said anything in almost
You can't, like,
I'd
you
say
can try to
15
muscle me
minutes.
out of something, but if I wait long enough, If I decide that I don't want to fight with you, I don't have to fight with you. All I gotta do is sit back and let the polity take care of it itself. But let
over
the structure
200
of society
people, no one
put you in
talking.
your place. And it will. And if I want to go at it with you, I'll give you 1 out of 10. And, you know, a couple of minutes, you'd be like, oh, okay, all right, we really don't want this from you. Just calm down. I'm like, who got out of shape first? Who got all messed up first? And then we remember. Who looked out for you when no one else did? And then you turn around and let me be sleeping outside. And then you say that until I stop talking about it, that you're not going to help me. All right. I'll remember that. Don't worry. I'll play it your way. Just don't expect to get pay. That's all I'm telling you is be ready for a very poor day. Be ready to be empty of the wallet for a long time because you're making me do it your way. Because your way means that your proverbial karma is going to come down on you for the situation. And I don't have to have anything to do with it. All I have to do is step back and be patient and kind, and your world will fall apart around you because it's built on that facade that
He's doing
I
bars.
was helping to facilitate through the resources that I gave. But without the proper, without having what I want, I'm not going to do for you what you want. I will, with a smile, pretend like I'm doing it for you. But honestly, this is round 2. And in round 2, I'm getting very passive aggressive about it because I'm really sick of you using me. And so I'll sit back, I'll stay silent, I'll do what you want me to do. But when I get the upper hand, you best believe I'm coming at your job, I'm coming at your income, I'm coming at your resources and your assets. And more than likely, I'm going to be fucking your girlfriend on your yacht. Just letting you know. And that's how it is. And I no longer have any respect for you because I'm out here. I don't.
I was really hoping for James Saroka's respect, guys. Damn. Maybe next year. Maybe the next time he gets out of jail.
Properly housed, but until then, no offense, but your organizations, your connections, everything you've got going on, until I'm off the street, it means nothing to me. Because if I'm out here, I'm the dog, I'm the animal, I'm the beast.
Was he drinking a lot of water?
And I hate it.
I
don't
missed
like
the beginning.
Here. So until I'm off of the street, everything you've got
his porta potty has a body in it.
Is of no consequence
to me.
He
was murdered by drugs.
Matter to me. I don't care about the rules. I don't care about the laws. I'm going to obey the laws because I don't want to get arrested or go to jail. I'm going to obey the rules because I want to move out of my situation. But remember, I'm only doing it to get what I want because you have disrespected me that hard. And even once you give me what I want, you have set the precedence by putting me back on the street that I do not have to give you any shred of respect. And I'm not going to. No matter what you do for me, from here on in, our relationship is professional. It is not personal. So no matter what I do, what's up? Do not take it personally. No matter what I do not take it personally. Because it's not personal.
I really want to see someone James respect. Just tell him how fucking annoying and useless he is. And just watch just the life drain out of him.
You might put it to your own brain. So I'm just telling you how it is. That's how it is out here. Some people don't want to hear it, but that's the truth. And I'm also not dumb enough to grab that blanket. But I'll tell you what, I might be smart enough to take that blanket and cause absolute chaos with it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this blanket and I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to teach you guys why you don't bait me.
Oh? James, no one has said anything to you
You're going to learn
in a while.
Why baiting me is the worst idea you could possibly come up with. I'm choosing a blanket over staying with a buddy of mine because it's just bait. And I would rather pick bait that isn't a human life. I'd rather pick up a blanket as bait than a human life.
He's just gonna masturbate.
Putting a human
That's
life
the only
risk
baiting that's happening here.
Mood, no thank you. You want to be the asshole? Go ahead. I like myself.
James, you don't want to sleep here. Oh, like, this is the middle of a fucking street. These are the bikers that apparently... I thought the bikers got arrested, James.
Welcome to Hollywood.
And these are, like, bicyclists. This is like a vibe ride? James thinks these guys are the weird ones too, but James is the weird one. You know?
And so I've mastered time. What most people don't know is I mastered the concept of time when I was 14 years old. And I just relearned it for a whole bunch of people that were gonna fucking pass away if I didn't fucking relearn it for them. And now they're dead because I just said that, but it's not my fucking problem. You shouldn't have left me on the street.
Hollywood James is
you
insane.
Took advantage just a bit too long.
Insane.
And now it's your turn to pay the price. Legally, not illegally. So for me, I'm going to settle on in and I'm going to call it a night. And whatever happens, happens. If you guys don't hear from me, I was probably silenced. That's not paranoia or a joke. So we're going to stay live for a while.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to go right in my nice usual spot. And if nothing happens, they could chalk it up to paranoia or mental illness. And I don't really care, honestly. What I can tell you is, from here on in, you will not get my obedience for any other reason than getting what I want. This is no longer personal. And remember, you chose that. You had a personal relationship with me. And you chose to leave me out here one more time. And
DPSS
so,
had a
our personal
personal
relationship is over.
Really?
And I will not give you any part of my life beyond the professional until the day I die. And that goes for anyone in the Hollywood community. I love you, but I don't love you enough to sacrifice myself. Somebody died for you about 2,000 years ago. You don't give a shit about them. So I don't have time to put you in my personal life. That's that.
Yeah, guys. You killed Jesus. So now James isn't going to trust anybody.
I'm mighty excited to have you in my professional life because I find your lifestyle is very exciting and interesting.
Oh, he's talking to us, the audience?
We will never be as close as we once were, ever again. You'll never change my mind.
I can't figure out if he's talking to DPSS.
If you remember,
or us.
I said, if I ever have to come back out to the street, that I am done with you. And I meant it. And that's not saying it to a girlfriend. That is saying to the community of Hollywood. So I don't, if you thank the state or if you thank the county, I don't give a fuck who you thank. But the fact of the matter is, you are now stuck with a very rigid and cold professional me. You are never again going to have with me what we once had. I am never going to give you what I once gave you. I'm thankful for the
breaking
push
up with Hollywood, guys.
But I'm never again going to take my time out for anybody in the way that I once did. And that's it. And I know the people that should be hearing this are hearing it. The people that care are listening. But I am letting you know that there is now that boundary. There is now that wall that you can never break. It doesn't matter how physically close you get to me. It doesn't matter what part of my life you're in. I am so good at cutting people off and keeping myself, mentally focused on my own person and not on yours, that you're going to feel that coldness. You're going to feel that distance from me. And even when you're physically next to me, you're not going to understand how it's even possible. But I'm going to do it because I have to for the sake of my own survival and growth. You just remember, like I said, you chose to leave me behind. You chose to leave me out here.
Yeah. You're a piece of shit. No one likes you.
You chose to let me have to lay near piss and shit and all that again. After all that I've done for this community. And people say, oh, we don't know what you did for the community. Don't bullshit me. You know what I've done. And so, for the people that know, to let me be out here,
right? That's
or to only offer me something,
until Brad Pitt Roberts
like that,
Jimbo's done.
Well, then you've established that. And so instead of a boundary, I put up a wall. If you're someone that's so rude that after saving your life a couple of times,
You're going to turn around and expect me to pay you to give you something? Well, I'm not interested. I'm sorry,
like
but I'm not
owls.
interested. With all due respect,
Owls are
I don't
cool.
have any interest. I would rather be out here smelling like piss and shit, having personal confidence, knowing that I can handle myself.
Yeah, I have personal confidence when I smell like shit and
eventually
piss too,
getting
James.
things how I need them to get, how I need them. It just sucks that I have to do it completely on my own when it could have been a much better experience for everybody, and I could have shared far more than what I'm going to share.
We missed out on the experience of helping James Saroka.
You're
How are we
telling
gonna
me that
live?
you don't want to be involved with me on that level by treating me the way that
Yeah,
you're treating
shame
me.
on all of us.
So don't worry, we won't be
For
involved on
shame.
that level. We won't be that close. Just remember, you're the ones
Still no one's
that
talked since Jackie's
behaved
been
as though you
kicked.
wanted to be that close, and I took you on your
Really
word.
slow
and then
night
you turn around and tell me that I'm being
James.
overbearing. Well, don't forget, you were the one, and it is recorded. Y'all are the ones, and I'm not talking about my online community. Y'all are the ones here in Hollywood that acted like we were all kumbaya and everybody loved each other and you wanted so much to do with me.
He says he's
And
talking to the
all of a
Hollywood
sudden,
community,
I'm chopped liver.
but I'm
Unless
skeptical.
I give you more. And so instead, I'm choosing my money over a relationship with you because you chose my money over a relationship with me.
Which is why we're sleeping outside and not in a hotel
All right.
or anywhere else.
Thanks for listening to my rant.
We're done
I
now?
really don't want to have another one. Everybody still here? Because I'm here. I really lucked out. Like, I found a freaking blanket just like laying on the side of the road ominously, which I'm guessing was left there for
Ominous. An
either
ominous
someone
blanket
else
laid
or
upon the road.
it was just left there because someone couldn't take it with them. But I grabbed it. It's not theft. It was left in the public arena. And that is how the street works. So if you've got a problem, don't bother me because I am in a mode where I may end up having to defend myself, and I really don't want to have to defend myself.
Beast mode.
So let's get a quick check here. Does someone want to let me know?
I'll make a new account so I can tell them
you
I'm
guys
there.
are seeing firsthand what street life is really like. You know, I
Don't
didn't know
worry,
what
James,
I was
I'm
going to
still
do, and then I
here.
found a blanket. And this is the first thing. This is the very first thing that I picked off the street since I moved here. Very first thing. I haven't picked anything off the street. I was trying not to do that. And unfortunately, I mean, tonight I don't have anywhere to stay. I don't have anything to use. And if they want to arrest me for using a fucking blanket on the side of the road, then we can deal with that in a socially appropriate way eventually. But if not, then I should be good.
Paste.
But I will tell you that this perfectly good blanket that I found on the side of the road, when I use it tomorrow morning, it is going directly in the trash. And I don't give a flying fuck what anyone thinks about it. I do not care about your liberal banter and your bullshit. I do not care about your conservative or Republican banter and bullshit. I do not care about your politics. I'm living on the street, so I don't give a god fuck if I look good or if I look bad.
Whoa.
And that is how I feel right now. With all due respect, most of your social interests do not have anything to do with me until I'm off the street. I'm not going to be some nice guy that just lives some way to try and get you to like me while I'm out here. And that's that. You know, you'll get a nicer me once I'm off the street. It's not your problem. For those of you that are online with me, it's not your fault. It's not your problem. Just understand that this is like the best that I got for you. And to the psychopaths that want to torture someone who has to sleep on the side of the road, you know, that's on them to have to live with their conscience and probably eventually just be torn to shreds.
How does that feel, James? Jim
Yeah,
Jams.
sorry guys. Like I said, that's someone who thinks he's like the master of the universe. Thinks
Maybe
he's
I
like
am.
the master of time, and he's really, really stupid.
If I was smarter than James
That's the
a bunch
worst.
of
When you
times,
have like
I would
smart
with
people that act stupid, it's so annoying.
He thinks I'm smart. I just act stupid.
He's in like
That's kinda
psychopath, try and like psycho manipulate someone into liking him mode, and I'm just really not digging it.
Oh, I'm not trying to get James to like me.
I
Fuck
really
that.
hope that somebody doesn't hunt him down because they're like I can feel that people want to hunt him down.
So I'm like trying to stay away from the situation. So are you guys like ready to just be done with me? Like, are you gonna be a bunch of dicks, or are we good?
I'll
Like,
go
I don't
back
need
in.
you to like hide
Let's make
me.
another
I don't need you to
account.
hide me. Like, I'm not like, guys. I'm seriously. I'm actually really angry. I'm getting angry at you guys for not commenting or saying anything and like staying out of stuff just because I'm venting and just because like I don't want you protecting me. I don't. Like, this is my life. I'm going to live my life my way. If I die tonight, I'm satisfied. If I don't, I'm satisfied. I'm asking you
James
just to
ain't gonna
stay out
live
of my life,
forever.
like in that way, and just to respect that boundary. Come in the comments and just
Copy
talk to
phone
me.
number.
You know, like, I know you
Pop
have an
open
interest
Beagle.
in my life in a way where you like the attention that it gets you. You like, you know, like, I
Sign
get
out of
that,
this
and there's
account.
nothing wrong with that. But I just wish that people be more real about it instead of acting like a bunch of snotty
Sign up.
assholes, pretending like,
Paste phone number.
you know, they're not interested.
Change to
Like,
Canada.
just stop. I don't have an interest in you that way. And you're just mad
verification
because I'm
code.
not interested in making you famous,
Oops.
and you want to be a part of what I built,
641-882.
but you're like mad that I don't want to be a part of what you built. Don't feel bad. There's freaking celebrities that I don't give a fuck about. Like, there's people here in Hollywood who have built their whole life, and like, I'm still not interested. Like, it's still like, just, I'm, you know, just, I don't care. You know, like, I'm in my own lane. Thank you for the hearts. That means a lot, just to get a little bit of interaction.
I gotta make a new account.
Because that's after all that I said there, and then some people are leaving and shit. I'm like, then whatever, you know, like, I'm not doing the drama. I'm not doing the psychopath thing. If you're someone that's mentally ill and you're manipulated by another broadcaster, then that's on you. But me personally, I'm just gonna mind my own business until all these scumbags get indicted, and that's that. And it doesn't even matter if people agree upon the social norms and the memes. I don't think you guys realize that it really doesn't. It's a facade. I mean, at the core of it, this is America. And so if you're American, even if you have all these social protections, you can't escape the authority. And I know people believe they can, but like, I had this experience when I was a bit younger where I just had this epiphany and this enlightenment where I learned more than I could even possibly imagine to communicate to you. And when I tell you that America is a perfect system, I mean that what the country that the founding fathers began is a perfect system. I mean, literally, when I tell you there is no possible way to ever escape the authority of the American Constitution. Like, you can't escape the truth of America and like the authority that is America. You can't. It's literally, when I tell you it's literally impossible, I mean, if you make a commitment to this country, you are tied and essentially guided in every possible way to have to keep that commitment. And some people really
the number
do
gave me.
so
I don't know who was using it before, but it was permanently banned, so I had to use a different one.
It's literally impossible.
I was scared that, like,
you can't avoid
ban
gravity,
my device or
right?
something, but no.
I mean, you kind of could in like an isolated environment for like, you know, utilizing a massive amount of resource and energy. But at the end of the day, when you step out of that isolated environment, you still have to face gravity. Well, you know, essentially, the American way is the same way, where you can't avoid or escape it. Sorry, I just have some freaking weirdo trying to manifest the notion of me blocking people. We're not in the past. It is currently 2024.
You do block people.
What's the date?
You blocked Snapchat.
Yeah, it's currently 2029. It's currently 8:29 on Saturday, October 12th, 2024. I'm not blocking everybody. I'm just blocking Steve continuously as he keeps making these fake accounts and tries to pretend that he's like playing hero and keeps being a really annoying piece of shit.
You blocked Snapchat.
He's like, I can master time and the universe, and I can save lives.
James is literally saying that himself.
You're trying to follow my footsteps, and you're gonna get yourself hurt. You need to stop. Like, literally,
James.
2 people. Like, one person was murdered today
by
trying
drugs,
to pretend to be me.
My goodness.
And another person ended up in a major car accident trying to pretend to be me. And I'm not held responsible for that, thankfully. But like I properly communicated to people they should not be following my, like, literally I'll go down a certain road or I'll go do something and I'll tell people, I'm like, don't do, like, do not repeat this. Don't follow me. Don't do what I'm doing. And what the fuck do they do? They're like, oh well, it's no, he's stupid. He's not smart. I can escape the authority. I'm the master of the universe. I got this all figured out, and I can't get hurt. And then they get themselves hurt because following in my footsteps often includes karma catching up with you. And when it does, you have to face your stuff. And what I'm telling you is, like, I'll go in a certain direction and the people try to follow suit and not realizing that they got a whole lot of baggage that they have to pay for before they could ever step anywhere near my footsteps, before they could come anywhere near my footsteps. And they're like, yeah, no, this is easy. He's nobody. He's this, he's that. And then they try to do it and like they don't even stay alive, you know, and like that's just not my problem or responsibility. I tell people not to. And so it's on them when they decide to try and be cocky and, well, we're going to catch up to you. And then they try catching up to me, and before you know it, they're in the obituaries because they got themselves hurt. Not, you know, I don't have anything to do with it. It's just they're trying to do things that I can do that they can't do. That they're like, well, I've done all this other stuff, I can do it. And then they have like this major, like, they get super full of themselves, and then they obviously don't accomplish what they set out to accomplish.
Did I just hack someone's account
Thanks
by
for the hearts,
mistake?
Jay.
What the fuck is this?
And ID.
Who's
Thank you, everyone.
Phoenix?
For those that are pumping hearts. Thank you.
900 following?
We only have 226 beans to get on the list.
What?
And we got 11 beans for the broadcast, 11 out of 50 for the goal. And we got 8,600 fire for the broadcast.
Let's change this.
Rebecca, thanks for the hearts. If you light my blanket on fire tonight, I will find you. Just letting you know. I will survive it. I will find you. I can already feel you thinking it.
Who is he talking?
Not interested. Thanks, though. And even if you did scar my whole body and my face, people would still watch my broadcast because they're here for my personality, not my looks. So, yeah.
James. Oh, he has risky content detected?
All right, where was I? I can't even believe I'm talking about any of this shit. It's so ridiculous that this is even a topic of conversation. Like, that's the difference between living inside and living on the street. Like, that's that you got to deal with this shit. And, like, hear me talking this way. Like, you put me in a proper housing situation, I don't talk like this at all. I don't talk about any of this shit. Because none of it's not even a part of my life. And then out here, it's just fucking chaos, you know? I get sleep at night, nobody bothers me, and then I wake up in the morning and some guy's on the opposite side of the road stabbed and bleeding out, you know? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Let's see if we put a sticker up here. I try to warn you guys, you know? Not you, but if I say something and it sounds like I'm talking to you guys, but it doesn't sound like something I should be saying to you, then I'm probably not saying it to you. I'm probably saying it to the, you know,
hold on,
community out here. Thanks for the 3,000.
It says it's like it says the stream has been reported for like risky behavior, but we're still watching it live. It's on 2 devices, so I don't know what the fuck it's talking about. But it like when I used the new number,
I had somebody fangirl today.
It was
and
someone else's
pretty
account,
hot,
so
really
I don't know, maybe
sexy,
that's the
and
reason.
Super awesome. I was very thankful for. There was this young lady that I say young lady, I sound like a fucking weirdo. There's this chick who she was like passing by me, and she was like, oh my god, she was like freaking out, because she saw me, and I was like, and I had to look for a second. I'm like, is she faking it? And she wasn't faking it. She was actually like, literally had the hots for me. She was literally like all hot and bothered as she was walking by me, and she was like, oh my god. And I was like, that just happened? And I'm not making this up. I'm telling you the truth. It was really cool. I was like, all right. Doing something right, you know? And then they'll tell me, you know, society with its fucking
with the
polarizing shit, try to tell me that I chose a blanket over going to bed with a woman. And I'm like, I'm sorry to tell you, but I didn't. if a woman decides that she doesn't want to sleep with me because I grabbed the blanket, well, like, no offense, but you guys are being a little like anal retentive and a bit like, I think it's ridiculous to be so strict. Like, be disciplined of yourself. Don't like people are so strict with their social rules and they don't have any interpersonal discipline. Like, you're so strict with your social rules because you don't have interpersonal discipline. You aren't disciplined. Like, you don't hold yourself properly, and thus you're more focused on the social rules than you are on reality.
There we go. I don't know what was up with that.
Ugh. See? Told you. What did I tell you about social pariah? You remember. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Social pariah. By insect. Okay. Don't you love it when people want to pretend like they're in the Illuminati, so they like attempt to cover something up and make up another story so that they could then try to like build a conspiracy for people to believe them being in some sort of cult or undercover, like what do you call it? Yeah, nobody gives a shit that you're a cop. Sorry, bud. Some sort of clandestine organization or some type of
Me?
secret organization. Like, everybody knows that you aren't, so like you can stop now.
I'm not pretending to be in any secret
Like,
organization.
if you haven't noticed, maybe you should take from my example that I don't try to pretend to be a part of any organization, because I'm not, and that's why people like me, because I'm not some scumbag trying to like feed off of generations and generations of connections of people that are far more capable than I. Like, I got a lot, but I'm not stupid. I still recognize that there are people with far more than me, and I don't try to play. I don't try to pretend like I'm anything more than I'm not. I don't try to pretend like I'm anything more than I am. Mark that 2 fangirls for the night.
Think he'll get mad if we go in again.
It is the coolest thing ever. That's the best that I got right now. Sorry. We are currently at 10,000 fire, which is pretty cool. It also cracks me up how when I'm live streaming and people walk by, they'll be like super nice to me. And then when I'm not on live stream, they're complete psychopaths. Like, I swear to God. I'm not even kidding you. Is it cold out? Yeah, it's freezing cold tonight. But like, so somebody will walk by and they would normally be like, ugh, oh my God. And then I live stream and they're like, hey. I hope one of you is recording this whole thing so you can see this freaking weirdo coming in here like 5, 6, 7, 12 times.
I'm recording it. Silly James. James knows about the channel. He can go find it whenever he wants.
I already made the call today. I asked him, I said, you know what? It's time. Do me a favor and go incarcerate him. I need him the fuck out of my life. So do me a favor and just get rid of him. They say, no problem. I said, all right, thank you. They said it might take a couple of months, but we'll get rid of them.
A couple
Thank
of
you.
months. Okay, James.
It's getting taken care of.
I'm sure it is.
I try to play nice and then things get serious, and I just, before it was different before, with like how things were, but now it's just getting creepy. And I don't think some of these people understand that I'm genuine about it, that I really want them to stop. They literally don't get it. I don't think they understand that I'm serious. And then eventually they're like, oh, he's serious. And I just hope they can learn to start realizing it sooner, I guess, Like earlier today, I'll tell you, this lady tricked me into buying a burrito from her place, right? So I bought this fuck off. I bought this lady this $7 burrito, and or I'm sorry, I didn't buy her a burrito. Yeah, that's gonna cost you $7,000. Enjoyed it. The dad
$7,000, huh?
So this woman talked me into getting a $7 burrito, right? No, that burrito cost her $70,000. Talking me into buying a $7 burrito when I didn't want to spend $7 and pressuring me because of how kind I am. That cost her business $70,000. Over the next year, her business will lose $70,000.
Okay,
And that
James.
is not my problem. That's what you get for trying to manipulate me. I there's nothing I can do about it. People think they're clever because they'll psycho manipulate you from a distance. You're still doing the same thing. It don't matter nothing to me. They're like, well, you can't prove it. I don't need to fucking prove it. There's ways that you can settle things out of court. You don't got to go to court for everything. I don't need court for most things. So that's it. Oh, I didn't even realize I already kicked that person out. He's being super annoying.
He wants to kick me out again.
Okay. What they're trying to do is build a timeline and then turn around and do something, but I'm fine. I don't mind. I said I already have people taking care of it.
James, I haven't even made another account yet. Hold your horses, bud.
Like, there's no excuse for that kind of behavior whatsoever. And then trying to play hero we're trying to play hero with someone that's not even a villain. Is psychopathic vigilanteism mixed with a bit of narcissistic psychopathy. So I'm very thankful that that person is states away from me. I have somebody that's just so obsessed with my real life that I don't have an actual life. I'm single in the actual, but my real life, he's like obsessed with my real life and he just won't go away. He's so annoying. Sorry, everyone.
I'm the only one here, James. There's no one else talking to you.
Yeah, surprise! I'm technically married.
You're not
But
married.
not really.
Never
So
were
to
married.
people who just live in the regular, atypical social realm of society, it's like I'm not married. But then to people who live the life that I live, it's like I have a life where I'm married and I have a life where I'm not. Ugh. Okay. I'm just trying to make him jealous, get him all riled up. I think it's funny.
Get me jealous of what? You sleeping on the street? I'm so jealous of James, guys. I can't. I can't even fucking say it with a straight face. What is he talking about?
Oh, dude, you have no idea. Do you have any idea? Dude, you don't even realize you saved my marriage, bro. Like literally, you saved my marriage. I can't thank you enough. I wasn't at liberty to discuss anything or like say that until now, but now I can tell you. I'm very thankful. You're the best. 90% everything else we're trying to cover up is total bullshit, and you ain't gotta worry about it no more. After today, I don't give a fuck. It's over. I mean, really after yesterday, but I took a day to myself to decide whether or not to start talking about stuff, and I figure it's better just to relax and let things go, you know. But it'll be nice to take a little vacation and go fuck my wife. That'll be good. I miss her quite a bit, actually.
James is fucking stupid. Like, James is really fucking stupid. I'll make sure to put this in the that secret playlist like right away tonight, Diane, so you can send it over if ever you need to. What the fuck, James? Jam, Saroka.
You ever wonder if some of these people that you talk to online are like recordings and like not real live people, like they're people that aren't alive? I've never
Your
thought
audience
about
is
that until
bots, yes,
recently,
James.
and the reason I thought about it is because there's these people that
Bots.
even in real life who like they say all the same shit. Like they repeat themselves all the time. They say all the same stuff. They do all the same stuff. Like almost down to the word, you know, and it's just constant, absolutely constant. Like me personally, like I'll use similar verbiage, but like I talk about a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
you
we got a whole
know,
bingo card.
but then like
you bring up the same thing all the time.
you got people that'll come in the broadcast, and it's like they say they're like spam. They're like human spam, or they literally will say the same things and ask the same things over and over and over.
I'm so
Thanks
jealous
for
of James,
10,000
guys.
fire. I gotta say, it is pretty cool that even vaping on screen that we're at like 10,000 fire. Very dedicated audience. I appreciate every single one of you.
You don't
Oh,
get
and
anything
how
for
about
fire,
this?
by the way.
Yesterday, I don't know if I told you this. I don't remember if I told you this. But yesterday, I had 2 full bags. Thank you for the hearts. Of chicken. 2 full bags of chicken.
A bag of chicken?
Sat and I ate them both. Like,
What
I
is a
want you to
bag
think
of
about,
chicken?
go to the freezer aisle and get a bag of chicken from the freezer aisle.
How did you cook
I
this
ate
chicken?
2 full bags.
Raw?
Chicken.
Just raw chicken.
Like, who does that? You know, like, I didn't have any sides. I didn't have anything to drink. I just bought 2 bags of Tyson chicken, and then I just plopped my ass down on the bench, and I ate them both.
Okay.
Like, I don't even know how I did
What?
it. I honestly
How are you
don't
not
have a
dead?
clue how I did it.
Hold on. Is it like pre-cooked
But,
chicken?
yeah.
Tyson. I don't think we have Tyson here.
I'll tell you what. Admittedly, I will tell you that I am getting super tired, and I don't know if I'm going to get bothered tonight into tomorrow. I really hope I don't. But on the off chance that it might happen, I'm going to try to at least get some sleep now. So I'm going to bid you adieu and try to get some sleep. So Thank you for coming in. I am so tired. Protein maxing, yeah, pretty much.
Contain raw chicken, even if they look pre-cooked or browned.
Yeah, if you ever need anything, all you have to do is cash at me. No, I'm just kidding. But I'll talk to you soon. Good night, everyone. Yeah, go take him down too.
Take who
Get him
down?
from the back door.
Jay?
Legally.
Who? Jay didn't do anything. Who the fuck is... What did Jay do? Oh, look at these cats. Steve DeLav, Steve DeLav, Steve DeLav, Steve DeLav. Yeah. See, we can make accounts like clockwork. It's fine. That was a cute cat pic I used tonight. Alright, so we got, yeah, like 53 minutes that I already airdropped over. Because I'm a smart little angel tonight, so we don't have to wait for anything. We don't have to do any, like, throwbacks. I can take this off screen over here. Actually, I guess I can just keep it up here, but, I think I can do this. That's better. And then I can, just close it like this? And then when I pop it open again, it'll just be there. Okay, that works better. Yeah, let me grab this. We'll open this up. Do. Da 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 da. Okay. This is the one.
The way that I think, that I like to shift and adapt with the people that I'm around, and you know.
So this was before I went live, because remember the last stream I did, I was like, do you guys like the short streams? You were all like, no, I don't like the short streams, which is fair. So I was like, all right, next time he goes live, I won't snipe him until he's at least an hour in. So if he goes, like, if he only goes for another like 3 minutes, we'll at least have an hour of content to watch. So this is the hour from before. I might take a quick smoke break though. I don't want to miss him now. Actually, you know what? I can just play him while I go smoke. I can talk in chat if I hear him say anything remotely interesting. So we don't have to slow this roll for anyone who just got here or anything like that. So yeah, this is from before, like an hour before.
Most people that you meet that are in law enforcement, they're rather rich.
I was also 6 minutes late to this, so like there might be another 6 minutes, but I don't know. Apparently he was drinking lots of water, according to, I think it was Molehill Mountain, told us that.
In their mindset, they got a very stoic attitude about them. They're very focused all the time. I might come off that way, but not really. The focus, sure, but you know, I like the ability to adapt in and out of mindsets and not have to just think one way all the time. So.
Sun Queen, thank you. I like how I can pause. I like being able to pause. Thank you so much for the 10. You didn't have to do that. Keep on chasing Saroka. Oh, you know I will. You know I will.
Yeah, I just don't think I'll be pursuing that. So I think law enforcement's off the table for me. Just because as I'm starting to gain more success in my arena, I'm realizing how much I don't think I ever really wanted that as much as I thought I did, and it was mostly on the influence of people that I'd been raised with, you know. So I'm feeling the same way. I'm starting to feel the same way about college, where I'm starting to realize I think I got influenced to go to college more than I realized. And talking to the lady who was trying to get me into the college, you know, she asked me a question. She goes, so like, it's you that's interested in going to college. It's not, you know, I'm really not. She said it very eloquently. I'm not saying it eloquently, but pretty much what she's saying to me is, so it's just you making this decision, right? Not realizing I'm like 30 years old. I'm like, I'm realizing, like, helping me realize how immature I probably act. She's like talking to me thinking I'm like 18 years old. And I don't think she's faking it either. I think I don't think she was just playing with me or trying to joke around with me. I think she really thought I was like 18. And then I was like, oh, this is embarrassing. I really do need to get the rest of my life together quickly. So that happened. And then I learned. And I'm like, okay, I don't think college is for me. I don't think law enforcement is for me. And I feel bad because there's a lot of people that were invested in moving me in that direction. I'm thankful to have gotten close to a lot of people that, you know, either come from those arenas or, you know, are moving in the direction of those arenas or are in those arenas. I just, you know, I did come into those, I did come into those areas of life kind of saying, like, I don't know for sure. Like, I got a lot of people saying a lot of things. I'm not 100% sure what direction I want to go yet. And so now I know more of what I don't want. Oh, sorry. And I also know more of what I do want, you know? And so what I know I do want is to avoid a lot of problems and not come up with solutions for people and go back to my own life. Wow, yeah. Thank you. You know, I just realized I can't carry my phone and smoke my vape at the same time while I carry my water. But you know what? I'll tell you what, I just came from a restroom and I realized I need to drink a lot more water. So here we go. You guys want to see? Here, I'll show you another Jaguar. It's one of them driverless ones. Check that out. So that is completely automated. There is no driver in that seat. There's nobody. Oops, sorry. There's no one driving that car. And at first I was like, oh, that kind of freaks me out. And it's still, I'm sorry, but yeah, it still freaks me out. I'm sorry guys, I can't get used to it. I will never get used to it. Will I ride in one? Probably. When there's more people doing it. But for now, I kind of just sticking to what I'm used to, you know? Oh. Soon. I should just say that I'm really thankful that I'm here. I drank my water, so I shut my mouth. I really need to shave. And what's worse is I finally got a really nice shaver in my backpack or in my bag here, and I just haven't done it. It's just I like my beard so much that I just like don't want to get rid of it. But pretty much everybody is pushing me to get rid of this beard. Pretty much everybody. Like, I look far less lame without the beard. I do. And then I look a lot younger, so like I can make a lot more excuses for my behavior and get away with it. But with the beard, it ain't flying, you know? What's up? All right, so who's ready to see the boulevard? We ready? It's one of them days. And it's definitely going to be one of them nights. Check it out. How beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And that's my all day, every day. Now maybe you guys understand why I love it out here. Oh man, I smell frankincense. Somebody out here on the Walk of Fame uses fire. Bitch. Excuse my language. See,
Just
I've
like
really been
call
loosening
someone a
up.
bitch.
I have. I'm proud
Just
of
in
myself.
passing. Fucking bitch. What?
Somebody out here is using frankincense and it smells like church. And I wish that I had been introduced to the scent of frankincense before church, so that I wouldn't have like an immediate association with frankincense being a church thing. Because like I go to church when I go to church on a Sunday, and I'm like, I don't always want to be smelling frankincense or reminding me of church when I'm passing the Jimmy Kimmel building. Like, I get it, but it's like, you ain't got to remind me. I got it. I guess I'm just that good at faking it that I don't remember, because I do remember.
What do you?
It's good. I
You
just don't go sometimes.
What is he talking
Or
about?
like,
I forgot I can pause it. He's literally describing what memory is. It's like, frankincense remind me, like I remember being at church, and I don't like that shit. And it's like, well, maybe I'm just so good at not being able to remember. What are you talking? I know that James doesn't make sense a lot, but like I hate when he makes extra nonsense, like just like complete nonsense. Crazy James.
anytime anymore. I guess you could now classify me as a creaster. And if you don't know what a creaster is someone that goes to church on Christmas and Easter, and pretty much not any other time.
Never gonna bring me down. Whoa. Lots of word salads. Caprese. You got
Yeah. I just passed a
Caesar.
terrorist, like a real one. He's videotaping me. I can't wait to see it on the internet. I'm very excited. We're gonna help him join the American mindset.
Does that mean like we're fake terrorists? What he calls us terrorists and slutty criminals?
And he's gonna help us save his people. And that's how it's gonna go. And that's my real life, guys, just like that. Just like that. I know I'm not supposed to talk about it, but as long as I'm out here, I'm just gonna continue to have the gift of gab.
You got Shreyster from you?
I really gotta finish this water. I was supposed to be done with it like 4 hours ago.
He is drinking a lot of water for not peeing. He's just gonna let his bladder explode. He's gonna get kidney stones.
Okay. So I'm gonna
Or just pee himself.
tell you guys what a good day I had. So I was up all night walking around the boulevard. Then I get up in the morning, or I mean, not up in the morning, but the sun comes up in the morning. My gosh, my high on myself today. The sun comes up in the morning, and I was just so beat. I was so tired.
Waking up on the Walk of Fame. He was literally sleeping on the Walk of Fame, like next to the stars on the side of the road. He had to convince in his head that he could only sleep 5 feet from the road to legally be homeless or something. So I'm just picturing like the sun coming out and him being like completely beat because he's only slept for like 3 hours and just like getting up and starting to vape again.
And so I went over to, I went over to the cafe and I charged up my phone. And
Yeah, because we watched his phone die on him too.
I'll tell you, man, I was falling asleep just sitting there. Like, I really was. Like, I was trying so hard to stay awake. And then it reminded me of live streaming in 2017. If you guys remember, like, I would just go and go and go.
We do remember because that's what I was showing you guys right before he came back with James for 2017 because I was trying to show like the origin story of James back when he seemed more normal, and people who didn't know James like really didn't get it. But maybe now that he's been back, whenever he goes away to jail again, we can go back to 2017 and people will understand it more.
And when I started to get tired, I would just have a Mountain Dew or something. And back then, that was enough for me. Now I built up a tolerance to like most salt, sugar, fat, caffeine. Like, it just burns right through my body, so it doesn't really do much. Nicotine is a new one, so that's been working. But eventually that'll fade off too, so I'll just enjoy the buzz for a while.
And then that's when he's gonna turn to harder drugs. It's just a matter of time before James does like an actual drug at this point. He's already been like vaping weed sticks weed sticks, like weed vapes, which I'm surprised because he really hates weed.
Get the extra work done and just sit on my spoils when the nicotine finally becomes something that doesn't affect me either. And then I'll move on. But at that point, I'll be wise enough, hopefully, just to do what I should do and not, like, you know, turn anything I shouldn't. So one can only hope. So I did that. And then when I started falling asleep, I went over to the bench. I sat on a bench.
I don't even know if it was Delta 8. He just said that he hit a weed vape, which, now that I think about it, it could have even just been a CBD vape. I don't think James would know the difference between THC or CBD. So it might have like not even done anything. It might have just been a nice flavored smoking experience.
I passed out. And now, mind you...
And James got like a placebo high or something. He's like, you know what? I kind of like weed vapes, but not actual weed. So he smoked actual weed once, apparently, and he hated it. At least that's what he described before.
This was in the heat of the sun. This is right around noon. It was super high. I just fell asleep right on the bench. And I didn't...
He told us he was tricked into smoking meth? I vaguely remember that. Was that when he was in the apartment and he was looking like powder?
Not wake up, I think, for an hour or two, maybe 3 hours. And I felt so rested. I couldn't even believe.
I literally forgot about this. I'm trying to remember like when exactly it was from, so I can see if I can find that back in like Steve Saroka files.
How good a sleep I got for, you know, sitting on a bench. And then I went down to the store and I got myself a fresh strip of meat, a nice fresh raw steak. And I was so tired that I didn't feel like going somewhere to get it cooked up. So I kid you not, I went and I sat on the bench and I ate a raw steak in public.
Really? He's saying he did this in 2017. He was eating raw steak back then, or this is just a recent thing? I wasn't paying attention to the timeline, but like, I can definitely picture it after seeing him eat all that raw meat before.
Just straight up. I'm not even kidding you.
Oh, okay. I know exactly when this was. When he was taking the Pop-Tarts, he's like, yeah, that's it. Because fucking Conger called the place and was like, this is James Saroka, not Steve whatever, military veteran whose house burned down and lost all of his ID. So then they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, no, James, you gotta go look for work. And he's like, fuck that shit. I'm out of here. Yeah, wanted to leave. Those crazy days. Okay, I think you can find that.
And I was just...
And then I could just search the transcripts for smoked or meth. If it blanked out meth, we should be able to find smoke in the transcript.
It's like, you know, not caring at all. I didn't care what anybody thought. I really didn't. I was just like, you know what? I'm doing this. And if anybody thinks anything of it, then so be it.
Yeah, you remember the Pop-Tarts, right?
And so many people around here are like so tight-lipped, right? And I wasn't really raised tight-lipped. We were raised just to do whatever we're doing, and you know, you mind your own business, but you also have fun. You know, so it was good. But sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a moment. But so I ate that steak raw, sitting right on a bench, kid you not. And this lady looked at me, and I thought she was going to look at me with disdain or something like that. She looked at me with this super sad face. She's just like, she felt so bad for me, and I felt bad that she felt bad for me, because it was a sad moment for the both of us. And then I felt bad. Oh, did I fall? No. I ate that, and then I had like just this insurmountable level of energy. Because, you know, good healthy meat gets your body going and gives you a lot of energy, and it digests slowly, so it lasts a long time. So I got up and I started walking, and I did a couple of laps, and now I'm here with y'all. So I think I'm going to continue that practice, you know. And I was going to go down to the organic market, and I'm not talking about the farmer's market, but you know, we got like Sprouts and Whole Foods around here, but it's a couple of miles down the boulevard.
So this one, it doesn't have a transcript. Fuck it, I need it to have a transcript. It's only like an hour though. I don't know if it was this one, but this is like one of the last ones. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. This was one of the last ones before he disappeared. From September, all of October, and then November 11th when he reappeared. So like it would have been like one of these where he was like, I am leaving and I'm taking the Pop-Tarts with me and you guys can all get fucked. Unless was this the second place? I don't think we ever saw the second place. I don't know, but it'd be one of these, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so I'll keep this playing while I figure it out.
Believe it or not, the steaks
figure it out over here
that I can get, like the meat that I can get fresh on the boulevard, is less expensive than off the boulevard. And so, you know, I went and I got I'm probably gonna get more. I'm probably gonna go get more and do that more often, because I'll buy a $12 steak.
I might have an easier way to do this. I'm just gonna search all of my DMs for Pop-Tarts, because I don't fucking talk about Pop-Tarts that much, and I'm sure I would have told someone and been like, yo, James is like threatening to leave with the Pop-Tarts, are you watching? You know what I mean? So I think I can find it that way.
And I'll eat it raw by myself, and that energy will last me a day and a half. Say about a day and a half. And I'll tell you, my body burns through that steak so efficiently that the fat tastes like butter. Like when I burp. When I burp from eating the steak, it literally tastes like butter because my body is burning the fat from the steak that quickly. So, a little too much information, but you guys asked me for too much. You do. You guys asked me for way too much information, so I'm gonna start telling you about my bodily functions, and eventually maybe you'll stop asking. Did you guys see the look of like fear on my face when I looked over and thought that was a TMZ bus? Yeah, it wasn't, but I thought it was. I was almost horrified. Almost, but not really. And I'll tell you the truth, I'm really hoping that TMZ doesn't put anything out about me, because to tell you the truth, like on a personal level, some of their staff, because you guys know my rules, you know how I am with the personal, professional type of thing. But some of them women that work at TMZ are really attractive, and some of them are single. And I'm like, is there some way that I could like snake around that situation and actually like talk to one of them, you know? That'd be fun. Because they're like, you know, they're those people in a TMZ, they like to have fun. And I like to have fun. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to take a seat because I really don't feel like wearing myself out the rest of the way. And I'm done being paranoid and scared about, oh, what's going to happen this, what's going to happen that. You know what? I'm not even kidding you. I was thinking to myself, man, if I do this, I might end up getting arrested. And I thought to myself, well, the reality is it's not a crime. It's just really annoying. And then I'm like, I'm not doing anything else. And it's best that instead of doing something criminal or, you know, not doing anything at all and eventually end up getting myself into trouble somehow, I might as well just do what I'm going to do and then hope that I stay out of trouble. If there's a risk, no matter what I do, I might as well do what I want. You know? So I do what I want. And it just so happens to be the most, you know, socially appropriate thing I could be doing right now in a situation that I'm in. And I'm also, you know, making all the proper moves to move on from this situation, which is good. I sent out, I think, like 8 or 9 emails to a whole bunch of different organizations today, including the federal government. And so if they don't pull me off the street within the next week, I will be surprised. If they don't put me in...
Hold on. What did he just say? I'm done looking for this meth thing for now. I gotta remember to find that. Is he pulling a Heather again? I think I can go back like this. Oops. Let's see.
To a whole bunch of different organizations, which is good. I sent out, I think, like 8 or 9 emails to a whole bunch of different organizations today, including the federal government.
The feds. He emailed the FBI and was like, Hollywood will not give me housing for free. Please send help. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh yeah, jeez.
And so if they don't pull me off the street within the next week, I will be surprised. If they don't put me in housing by the end of next week, I will be genuinely surprised.
Oh, they have a deadline too. Jesus.
Because I reached out to every possible person I could. I put my feelers out there. I gave them a little information. And
just picture like there's a big important meeting happening at the FBI, and then one man like busts through the room and he like throws a folder down on the table. He's like, "Stop everything! We gotta help James Saroka. He's sleeping on the Walk of Fame, and he is the next Tom Cruise, and we gotta get him out of here." Like, does he think that's what's happening?
If it doesn't result in me getting proper housing at this point, I'm just gonna look the other way and pretend I never sent the emails, because that would tell me
what the fuck. Okay, this is even weirder now. You're just pretend I never sent those emails.
That they don't want to put me somewhere. So, like I said, though, for me,
How did this turn into there's gonna be riots on the street? That's how this ended. This started with like, I sent out all these emails, so by the end of next week, I will definitely be in housing. And if I'm not, then I guess I'll just pretend I never sent those emails. At least he's being real about it.
I'm really hoping it's in Hollywood. Everybody knows that, like, this is my stomping ground now, and this is where I live. These are the people that I take care of and care about, and I don't want to be anywhere else. I really don't. Like, and I told you guys already, and I'm going to repeat this: is from Gower up to La Brea on Hollywood Boulevard.
See, Gower to La Brea. That's his it's his turf.
This is where I am living and spend my time pretty much all the time. Like, I literally...
Oh, he's on his favorite bench. I see the weed store behind him.
Don't even like going off the boulevard to spend money. Like, as a local, and this is the most touristy area, and I will still spend any dollar I got that I'm going to spend on the boulevard.
I mean, from a grifting standpoint, it kind of makes sense, because if it's so touristy, that's like fresh people coming in every day, right? Like, if he sticks around one place too long and the locals get to know him, they'll know, like, don't go around James. He's a fucking scammer. He's a piece of shit. He beat his pregnant girlfriend on the side of a road. So, but a tourist, like, I don't know, they might just feel bad and be like, oh, look, a homeless person. Let's, like, throw him a couple bucks or something, or some cigarettes. What's going on, Josh? I need someone to forward one of the emails to Steve. What email? You can email. You need to forward an email to me, or like Steve Kelso? Because my email's like, it's on the YouTube channel. It's like stevedelive.show@gmail.com, or just stevedelive@gmail.com. Like, I have both those emails.
So, it's a good life. Thanks for the hearts. You guys are going to laugh at me, but I actually shop at Hot Topic.
Does he? Is that where he got that digital camo shirt?
I actually love Hot Topic. Here's what I think. I think that because, like, I don't have the proper attire to be shopping at Hot Topic, or at least what would be expected, I suppose. I go into Hot Topic and they kind of look at me like, they're nice to me. I think they're just like surprised to see a guy like me in there who doesn't seem...
He really is kind of emo today. Someone was like, watch out, Steve. He is emo and angry or something. And I was like, emo? I mean, like, I don't think he's any more emotional than he normally is. But, like, I know he was shopping at Hot Topic. Now we're going to watch him wear eyeliner next. And get, like, a spike wristband.
They're like, I don't know. Maybe I do look like I fit into the culture. I don't know. But what I can say is
No.
I like Hot Topic because they got really neat, interesting stuff in there all the time. And I kid you not, when I can't find something and I'm looking for something, I will go into Hot Topic after searching 5 or 6 stores on the boulevard, and I'll find it in Hot Topic. And it just cracks me up because, like it's just, some of those side stores that you don't expect to find, that you wouldn't think to find something, that you find it, So, but I got a notification from Hot Topic, and I'm kind of curious. I'm going to see what it says. Yes.
Pink
All
and
right.
Hello Kitty now? I don't know.
I saved it.
I haven't been to Hot Topic in a while. Is that what it is? Room picks pink Hello Kitty stuff?
Just give me a minute. Hey, I'll tell you what. I got a new phrase. You can't fix stupid, but you can keep it alive.
Okay, we'll put that on a t-shirt too. You can't fix stupid, but you can keep it alive. James Saroka, 2024.
That was a really nice thing to say, right?
No? What do you mean?
Anyway, I'm gonna take care of my crow's feet one day. Maybe I should just shave up right now. I wonder if
Probably.
I'll get in trouble if I just sit here and literally shave my face like right here on this bench.
He's using that filter again that makes it look like he dyed his beard. Like, it looks like he dyed his beard black, but I think it's just a filter for, like, people who have gray in their beard, because, I don't know, let me try to find another video of him from recently to show you the difference.
I feel like it's a really bad idea, but it could be kind of funny. Just like for kicks, you know? Like literally just sit right here and shave. What do you think would happen? You know, like, I mean, it's not a crime. Like, it's technically not a crime to groom yourself in public as long as you're not showing any parts of your body that are inappropriate. I'll tell you what though, I'm not trying to play the fool today. I'm really not. I'm doing good. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. See, I don't use my government money to buy stuff, but when I get my own cash, you know, I'll get stuff, but it's like,
Alright, so, like, his beard's a lot more grayish, brownish, definitely not as dark as this. And see how it's, like, lighter up here? Like, that's usually his whole hair color. Or maybe am I crazy? Does it look darker here? Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe that's just his beard. He needs to shave his beard. For reals, though.
I gotta take care of myself too and do stuff that I want to do.
Maybe it's
So
the
some people
lighting.
be like, wait, so you got money coming in, but you're not getting a place. I'm like, how's your budget going? You know, like 9 times out of 10, somebody that tries to tell me about money sucks with money. Or there's someone who has someone else doing their money, taking care of their money situation. Or they just, don't know how to give advice without hurting someone's feelings. And I can't say I haven't been any of those things, but hey, if there's one thing we all have in common, is that we all have the ability to claim hypocrisy. Each and every one of us has the ability to say that at one point in time, at any point in time, you were a hypocrite. I was a hypocrite. We were hypocrites. And if you
Okay. Why are we focusing on this particularly, James?
disagree with that, then I don't want to talk to you because that scares me a lot. And on that note, with the phone calls I'm getting, I will answer you. I'll call you back after. I mean, if you leave your number instead of calling from an unknown, I will call you back after my broadcast. But I got my phone switched over to an eSIM card, and it is so cool. Like,
What? Why? It doesn't matter. Like, unless is James taking a SIM card out and playing with it or something, like, it's just a SIM card that's built into the phone. I literally don't even think about the SIM card that's inside my phone. It's so cool, though, guys. What a weird man James is.
Carlos, thank you for the beans. Thank you. And Michelle, thank you for the follow. And Dan, thanks for the follow. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate you. You're the best. I got you. Okay, that's all I got. What do you have? But one second. Okay. Yeah, so I switched over to an eSIM card. So if you don't know what that is, an eSIM is in the phone, but there isn't a physical SIM card. So there's some sort of hardware in the phone that lets you connect to the internet and make phone calls without needing a physical SIM card put in the phone. So I had my SIM swapped over to an eSIM, and then when I'm able to get my phone unlocked in a couple of months, I'm going to be able to get an actual real life secondary number, which is going to be pretty cool. Because then I will be able to have a phone number to specifically use to talk to all of you that I will designate and put on my profiles and say, here, text me. And you'll literally be able to text me and call me if you want to. You can do it now. It's just, I don't have the phone number posted because it's like a sideline thing. I want to make sure that whenever I put a phone number out there for you, it's like a real one. Because like a lot of the people that are in this arena that I'm in, they put a phone number out there, but it's like a texting service thing, and maybe it's technically their real phone number, but like you can't really talk to them. I can tell you that Dove Cameron has never texted me back. I can tell you that Gary Vaynerchuk has never texted me back, from that phone number. So I get it. I get it. No, not to throw too much shade, but it's not like I've ever received an email from Ty Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real life. So there's only so far you can go. And I get that. But it's like...
James could just use... I was brushing my teeth. James could just use, like, a fucking text now number. Or, like, a Google voice number if he wants to talk to people. And that's easy to change. It doesn't cost anything. Like, why does he want to pay for 2 different phone plans? Just to be like, oh, I have 2 SIM cards in my phone. Like, it's just easier to just use a fucking eSIM. I don't know. James is a weird guy. The only reason that I could see it being practical from a live streamer sense as well is if there's like a data cap. Like if after, I don't know, 160 gigabytes of data, like it throttles it. So like then if you had 2 different phone plans, then you could just switch over to the other one if you do a lot of like IRL streaming. But James is top like Wi-Fi hops, I'm pretty sure, and has like an Obama phone. So I don't know. I don't think he needs 2 SIM cards, is what I'm saying.
I guess I'm a little more equalist than most. And so I want to connect with you a little more than I guess would be considered typical, And especially the good feels that I get from it. The feelings I get and how much I enjoy connecting with you, I might as well. Excuse me.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to like SIM swap.
I was instructed that I must only speak English on my broadcast. Yeah. Not allowed.
Who was he instructed by, and who's even trying to speak to him in a different language? Someone's a nice ring.
Allowed to speak Spanish, not allowed to speak Russian. Reason being, I guess the algorithm has been registering me as a Latino, or they've been registering
What? No.
Me as a Russian, and so I've been getting featured in other countries, and it messed with the Vigo algorithm because of the amount of traffic we get. We might not have the best retention all the time, but we get a lot of traffic. And so when I start speaking Russian, all I got to do is say a phrase in Russian, we start getting featured in Russia. Or I'll say something in Spanish, we get featured in Spanish countries. And then it messes with the algorithm, and then I get a notice, and before you know it, they start penalizing me, and I'm like, nah, I'm good, All right, have a good night, Carlos. I appreciate you stopping in, and thank you for the beans. But I tell you, I mean, at this point tonight, I don't really have much to keep myself occupied with, so I'm just hanging out with you. And I don't want to be spending any more money. I spent enough money. I'm thinking maybe on Monday I might buy myself like a pair of pants or something like that. But I'm working with what I got, you know? And I'm not ashamed of it. And I'm starting to realize this, it's not like there's people that don't know. You know, it's like there was a day where secrets existed, but now we live in a day and age where everything's recorded. And there really aren't many secrets. And it's pretty hard to keep secrets nowadays. So like, you know, if I'm wearing the same pair of pants, I mean, how am I going to hide it? You know, it's just like, people kind of just look at me and they're like, well, that sucks. I'm like, yeah, thank you. And then whenever I'm in a position where I ain't got to worry about it, they're not going to care. You know, they're going to be like, well, glad to see you got a new pair of pants. You know?
They probably won't even remember you. I don't know. I don't, James, the way he thinks of things. Especially, like I said, in tourist town.
Like jokingly and also serious, so I don't mind.
You're not in the red shorts anymore.
It is what it is. I'm working with what I got. I'm doing my best, and I'm proud of that. All right, so I have had to pull this far too often to justify keeping it on the lower setting. I will also say that the battery dies a little more quickly than I would like it to, but maybe that just comes with being a more powerful vape. So I'm gonna put this on the higher. Oh, there's a rocket. It turns on a rocket. Look at that. There's a rocket color.
What? Is that a rocket? What is he doing? Does it look like a rocket to you guys?
On the higher. Oh, there's a rocket. It turns on a rocket.
Oh, there is a rocket right there. Right there.
Look at that. There's a rocket color. So I'm gonna try this and see. So the guy at the store instructed me to keep it on the middle setting. He said, "Do not put it on the high setting." He's like, "You're new to this. Don't put it on the high setting." So I'm like, "Okay."
You're new to this, kid. You don't want it on the high setting.
And so I had it on the middle setting, but I'm not getting enough out of it. So I put it on the high setting. We're gonna see what happens.
You want to see the meth and Pop-Tarts? Let me search another place for it. Maybe I messaged someone on this one.
Now remember social dissonance and the butterfly effect. This should be fun. We're gonna have a wonderful night tonight. God bless America. God bless Hollywood. That's it. That's it right there. I knew I was missing something. It's the head rush. I was missing that head rush. All right. Oh, thank you for the crowns. Thank you for the wands. Oh my gosh. Thank you for 10 beans.
Which, remember guys, is like 5 cents. Why is it being weird? Like, it's delayed when I press play and pause.
Thank you.
Maybe not there, but on the foot pedal. See, that's really delayed. I can't fuck with that. Hold on. Might have to... Whoa, what happened here? My internet dead? No, I don't think so. I'm just gonna open up in the other player and jump to the time we're at. 29, 28. Oh, we're right. Oh god, we're right there. This is good.
Thank you for the wands. Oh my gosh. Thank you for 10 beans. Thank you.
Way better.
That was sweet. I love it, especially when it's like someone that does it, you know, it's like, I don't even know who it is yet. You know, I get really excited. And because sometimes I'll see people in real life, right? And I don't know who it is. I'll have people come into my broadcast. That I don't know who it is. But like I've seen them in real life or I've met them in real life, and it's been happening more often. And it's so cool to go from like, because what it used to be is where people would find me online first, and then they would come say hi in real life, or they come ask for an autograph in real life. And now it's where I'm meeting people in real life and they're finding me online. And
you found it? It's September 6th, 2023. Mark, 5 hours and 50 minutes. Wow. Pop Tarts clip is 5 hours 45 minutes. Okay. Thank you so much. I will get it prepped. We got like a little bit left of this, and we can watch it after. Thank you, Molehill Mountain. Is there transcripts on that one? Which one was I on? I was not on the 6th. I was on the 10th, and then I checked the 9th, and then I checked the 8th. And I didn't get to the 6th yet. That makes sense. 8 hours, probably no transcript. Oh.
It's I don't know. I like both. I do.
Yeah, no transcript. I don't know how you found that. Thank you.
Yeah, this thing doesn't want to pull when I do. Oh, that kills the battery. I don't know. Try it though. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I just laughed like an idiot. But I just, what do you call it? I just pulled way too hard and it just stopped me. I mean, literally, I guess there's like technology in this that cuts you off if you pull too hard too fast. And I pulled really fast because that's kind of what I do. And so it stopped me. It's
what
like,
I
nope,
do.
We're going to put a governor on your
vape.
Do. Like, okay.
Go really fast.
I didn't know when we were treating vapes like go-karts, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
See, me personally, I like where I'm from. We removed the governor, you know, and I'm talking about the governor on a go-kart or on a quad, if you know what I'm talking about. So it's I don't know if that's the official name for the part on the go-kart or the quad, but and so a quad, if you don't know what it is, like.
You know, think James looks like he shops at Hot Topic. He was like, you know what, guys? I really like shopping at Hot Topic. Whenever I'm looking for something and it's not anywhere else, I go in there and I find it. Which I think is bullshit. I don't know what James bought at Hot Topic. I don't think anything. Maybe the red shorts? Are they girls' red shorts? I've never seen red shorts at Hot Topic.
An ATV or four-wheeler, we would go and we would take the governor, which is essentially it's a speed throttle. Okay, so, it throttles the speed. Let me say it that way, because you have a throttle too. But what it does is it impedes your ability to go any faster. And so what we would do is we would take the governor, or whatever part that is properly called, we would take it off of the where I can't remember right where it was on the vehicle where we take it off, and we take it off the vehicle. And then, you know, the thing would kick into high gear. It was a lot more fun. So we would have jumps and ramps we would want to go off of. So we would remove the speed limiter, and then we would, you know, do the jumps. It was always fun.
His style is found in garbage and doesn't smell like piss. I mean, like, I think you'd even wear something that smells like piss.
How about that? I didn't do it. Sue says it's a restrictor plate in NASCAR. It's called a restrictor plate in NASCAR. Okay.
The ring he got on Hot Topic? Maybe. What kind of ring is it? I'll pause it next time. It looks like a pentagram ring or something.
You know what?
Oh, maybe not.
This song keeps coming up called Every.
But that ring right there looks like it would be Hot Topic-ish.
Everybody wants to rule the world on my phone and all my mixes. Everybody wants to rule the world keeps coming up. And I think it's so appropriate. I'm really glad that my YouTube algorithm knows me so personally.
All right, this is a good shot of it. So, like, yeah, I can see that. Probably.
I'm at the point in my life where I have two types of people in my life. I have people that have their own gravity, or people that want their own gravity. So either I end up with people that I orbit with, or that orbit around me. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have a whole lot of people that I orbit around. And if I do, it's on purpose. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Two-stroke or four-stroke? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't know too much about them, to tell you the truth. My cousins were the savants. They were the ones that knew all about, they were the motorheads. They knew everything about the vehicles. I did. I just, like I said, I knew how to do a couple of things, and I knew how to ride. I'll tell you, that's my good, what I'm good at. I'm good at driving. And when I say good at driving,
He's gonna say his nickname's Baby. That's one of his nicknames that isn't his nickname.
I mean, you put me behind the wheel of a vehicle, guys, one of the best in the country. Find out. Try me.
Oh, yeah?
I can do the impossible and have done the impossible. What a car. So, I can't talk about it too much. But, should you ever decide to make it a little more easy for me to get my driver's license properly back in my hands.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a car. He doesn't even have his license. He was like a sovereign citizen last year.
Because I didn't have it taken away. I just, I had some people who had an opinion that they thought, well, it might not be the best for me to have one.
Was it the government who maybe had that opinion, James? The way he fucking puts things. Alright. Okay. Some people had the opinion you shouldn't have a driver's license.
And they're trying to protect me, and I get that. And I'm thankful. But I'll tell you what, I can't wait until I'm ready to have one again. And when I say ready, I mean when I've learned enough that it's time for me to get back behind the wheel. Because you have to, it's more than just road rules. It's like, nowadays, it's like, you got to look out for parking spots and stuff like that, and because of where I live. And that's not what I'm used to. I'm used to having somewhere to go park the car. Whereas and you park for free. Whereas around here, you got to be real careful and know what you're doing when you're driving. Or before you know it, you're spending money out the wazoo. So for now, I think it's better that I'm not driving,
But the ring was given to him by one of the hundreds of women who have had his cooking and can't resist giving him massages and BJs, right?
Should have followed. And I tell you what, I don't think I'd enjoy city driving near as much as, country driving or interstate driving. It's not the same. And I don't know that I would want to drive in the city because I think I'd end up getting myself in trouble, to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie about it. I think I would. And that's kind of why I've been so lax about getting my driver's license transferred to the state, because I've just been not wanting to put myself in a situation where I might get in trouble. So, just because I don't know how to drive around here. I don't know how to drive in the city. I don't. And I would be the guy that ends up getting myself in a rough situation, and I don't want that to happen, All right. Yeah, this is actually awesome. So, I'm leaving the Rock.
See, Lucy coming in and being all nice. Hi, James. How was your day? He banned her today. And then was like, Steve just likes to make up things that I like to ban people. That crazy guy. No, he does ban people. Why? It's crazy that he didn't even say that. I ban people. Everyone fucking bans people. Heather Gillespie needs to ban more people.
Get running. And I am going to use this baby up. And it doesn't refill, but the next one I get is going to be refillable.
Oh, he didn't call himself Baby.
Get me a real one next time.
I thought he would have.
My day was good. How was your day? And Tinder's going to have to wait. I'll work on that later. Absolutely. I'll tell you what. I like to say good morning and good evening to people and good afternoon. I like to say thank you. I like to say please. I like to say you're welcome. All the good stuff, right? Being polite. And I, for the first time since moving to Hollywood almost 2 years ago, talked to a guy down the road.
Why does he keep saying he moved to Hollywood 2 years ago? Like he's been there for 2 years. He didn't get arrested in Hollywood He wasn't living in fucking Hollywood when he got arrested, and he kind of like fell off the face of the earth for a bit, so who knows where he was in between. Like, I don't know why he keeps saying that. It's weird. Like, he just moved there, like I said, a month ago, pretty much to the day.
Who was a security guard at one of the buildings that I had kind of helped keep clean on the outside. And I tell you what, he asked me how I was doing. He says he said something like "good evening" or something like that, and like "how you doing" or something to that effect. And I was just like so impressed. I'm like, I was just taken aback. I'm like, I'm good. Thanks for asking first. You know, it was nice. It was really nice. Goes a long way, you know. At least it does for me. Where you're from, it might just be something you're used to, but around here, it's a little less common, to tell you the truth. So it was nice to get a little acknowledgement. I have to admit,
We Tarantino'd it. Watch the rage quit.
it was nice to be acknowledged like that.
He really didn't like that it was only me at the end there, and like maybe one other guy that was like, "Whoa, what's happening here?"
It's different when it's online. Like when it's online, my guard is up, and I'm like, I like no offense, but my immediate thought, no matter who it is always first. Why ask it? You know, it's always the first thing on my mind is, well, what's the angle? Like that's just because it's like it's business, you know. So like that's my first thought is like, what's the angle? Whereas in real life, from time to time, relate to that.
Tallulah Live says, "Can confirm ring is hot topic."
That's why I like to ask. You never know how it might improve someone's day. Absolutely. Yeah, with me, it's gonna be a bit of a tough sell. I kind of have really thick skin, and I've been doing this a long time. I put in a lot of man hours. You know, I think they say, was it like 10,000 hours to master a skill? I have definitely put in at least 10,000 hours on social media,
and you still suck at it.
You know, so I'm in business mode in my mind when I'm on social media. I connect with you personally, but like my mind is so focused on like trying to make sure that I can maintain and grow, you know, my social media. And it's not even something of consequence anymore for me, but it's like it's a nice thing to do when I'm bored that I can, or you know, whenever I have time for myself, that I can come on here and talk to you. You know, I appreciate you guys being here. That you give me a little time away from things, and I could talk to people that are just here to talk about me. You know, because in my real life now, most of my time is dedicated to the people around me. Not.
Can we see one person? He did talk crazy to that homeless guy. I was like, "Do you want me to kill someone for you?" And he's like, "I'll take care of it. Don't worry."
A whole lot of time is dedicated to me. And so it's nice to come on here and talk to you guys instead of going off to the store and spending all my money and then being out of it and then feeling really ignored and then doing a whole bunch of work for free. So it's good.
Never gonna break me down. Whoa.
Thank you for the 100.
Got to keep on moving.
Thanks for 500. Yeah, so I got a Tinder match, but I'll tell you what, I'm not even gonna. I'm here with y'all.
Here with Lucy Goosey and I don't know, a bunch of bots. I can't even see how many bots because I swiped away all that crap up there so we could just see the comments. But I'm assuming like I don't know, probably 200 bots.
And the
Fuck dates, yeah.
likelihood that they're just gonna try to get me to pay for dinner is pretty high, and I don't want to. So
Right.
no,
Took care of it talking into his phone.
I'm not even gonna look. Even in a position with money, I still want, like, I'm looking for, like, if I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to find a relationship. I'm not. So like, if I'm gonna have a woman in my life, it's gonna be one that is like not expecting anything in return, is a giver, and like that's just in their nature. That's the dynamic I would look for if I were to look for it. Because I'm just like, not really trying to like invest in the relationship financially.
I think the guys he tricks himself to probably give him a bit of money. Other than that, I don't know who else would.
I'm really not. No offense, but like it's just not my role. It's not my social place to do that.
Yeah, so this is like the hour we missed before I went live. So this was Calm James, which turned into Crazy James, seemingly after like my favorite song is Don't Worry, Be Happy, and he was like, grrr, you went rage mode, banned Lucy Goosey, was like, get out of here, and then started demanding that the government give him housing, or else consequences will happen.
So, you know, Tinder is very hit or miss. Yeah, I'm pretty good at missing. That's for sure. Also, my photos suck. My photos on Tinder are terrible. They're like low quality, and you can't even see my face, and you can't really even see my face. So
That makes sense because they did like a reverse image search or something, or like, oh, that's James Saroka. They probably want to meet up with you.
figure is like the people that are matching with me are probably people that have seen me out here in real life, because I can't imagine why else they would have matched with me. And that's my submission. Yeah, this goes a lot faster. This goes down a lot faster when I hit it so hard. So I think I'm gonna turn it down a notch. I gotta take a walk. Oh.
My favorite bench.
Oh, I don't want to walk in. It's getting cold. It's starting to get cold. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be freezing cold tonight. That's great. I'm not ditching y'all. It's not happening. I know later on I might regret not
Look at those palm trees though, guys. Beautiful.
hitting up that Tinder date, hitting up the Tinder match. But it is what it is, you know? I'm here with you, and
Oh. No
they
words.
can
No
wait.
words.
My life comes first. You come first. But I will pull all this trash out of my back pocket and toss it in the bin. That's one habit I haven't given up on growing up in the sticks is
No garbages on the ground.
when I got trash, I have this habit of putting it in my pocket. And then sometimes I forget it in there. Because I don't.
And he wonders why he smells bad. He's just like walking around with fish ass with fucking literally garbage in his pockets. Hasn't showered in who knows how long. Ugh. Ooh.
I don't like littering. I really hate littering. When I was growing up, we used to do litter patrol. So we'd actually go out.
I told Conger that he was on Tinder so Conger could like catfish him. Give us some juicy stuff. Conger catfishes James. But I don't know if he did. Maybe I should hit up Conger. I hit Conger up at like 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m., and then he'd be like, I was sleeping. And I was like, that's a crazy time to be sleeping, Conger. So I don't think he'll be awake, but I wonder. I've never downloaded Tinder. I don't want to use Tinder in life, you know? There's some things I'll never do in life. I'll never play World of Warcraft, I'll never watch all the Star Wars movies, and I'll never download a dating app. So, like, Bigo is close enough to a fucking dating app that I don't even want to be on Bigo, you know what I mean? Even though I'm not on Bigo, I'm just, like, watching James's silly live streams. But, I don't know. I'm not against the idea. I just don't want to download Tinder. That's what I was saying.
On the road, and I'd collect litter with my neighbor, and that was always.
But if one of you guys wanted to, and then send me the receipts, I'll put them up on stream. I'll let you guys come on stream if you can do that.
A lot of fun, and it was actually a lot of fun. It was nice to do something for the community. Nobody knew about it, you know. Literally nobody knew about it. So
maybe I shouldn't be encouraging that. I don't encourage catfishing James Saroka. Conger will do it. I'll message Conger.
I would just privately clean up trash with them. That was really nice. Yeah, like to the person calling my regular number, like I said, I'll call you later. It's really nice. Yeah, no, that's just and see back in the day, before my life was like intertwined with before my personal life was intertwined with my professional life, it was just like it's what you did. You just helped people. You didn't really think about it. You didn't really put much into it. You didn't talk about it. Nobody knew about it. They just went out on the road, got in their car, and they looked over the side of the road, and there was no trash there. They don't know who did it. They don't care who did it. And we didn't care for them to know who did it. We just did it.
Isn't Ashley Madison like the cheating app that all the information got leaked from? That must have sucked if like you were an Ashley Madison user and that happened.
But nowadays it's a little different. You know, life's a little different where...
No, I've seen some of the Star Wars, but there's too many Star Wars. It's just not interesting to me. So I'll never see all of the Star Wars.
And I hate to say it, but nowadays, if you don't take credit for your accomplishments, somebody else will. And it sucks. You know, I miss the days when you could do the right thing and do something nice for somebody. Aww. And you either get the proper acknowledgement or just nobody finds out about it. Whereas nowadays, it's like, if you don't tell people that you did something, someone else ends up saying they did it. And they believe them. And then by the time you tell them,
think he's in Grindr.
I was actually the one that did that.
Probably in Grindr.
They're like, no, there's no way. So, you know, nowadays I try not to be vain or prideful, but I do from time to time be like, yeah, I did that. You know?
Get John Allgood to seduce James.
Not with any intent of getting anything out of it, just making sure that I don't have people thinking that I'm doing something other than what I'm doing. And that somebody else isn't getting the credit for my work. You know? So, I don't do it with the intention of getting the credit. I just,
whatever.
I'm just tired of people thinking that I'm not doing anything, and I don't like getting the flack. So, you know, I've started to speak my mind and speak my piece and let people know when I do something. I can't say that I talk
Making
about
my cat cry.
I can't say I talk about like personal stuff, but you know, I don't really talk about personal stuff. But when there's stuff that is like important to get done that you don't normally talk about, before someone can take the credit for it, I let someone know. You know. Yeah.
Look, I'll draw a picture of a Jedi. Well, see? I'm cool. I'm hip. I'm cool.
You're welcome. Sorry, sometimes you have like really weird, rude people. It happens in Hollywood.
There's llamas in Star Wars?
You know, and sometimes I'll have people that are like trying to say that I'm rude or weird, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm probably one of the only people in Hollywood that actually minds my own business. Like, literally. And then I have to deal with a lot of hypocrisy from people who don't mind their own business, who just, like, want to make it look like they mind their own business. And they're like, dude, that's so uncool. Like, you didn't cover for me being an absolute douchebag. I'm like, sorry. Like, not my job. You know? Not cool, bro. You said you were going to be there for me. I didn't say that I was going to, like, spend the rest of my life being your guardian angel. I said, bro, I got you for, like, 5 minutes. You know, and literally sometimes I'll say, yeah, I got you for like 5 minutes. Because sometimes you got to clarify with people because they're not really understanding stuff sometimes, you know? But me personally, I'd like to think that I get it. But I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I will play stupid when I have to. When people start playing stupid, I'll play stupid. We can play that game, you know? My day was fantastic. How was your day? Thanks for being.
I don't like you too. He's like, he's a guy. James, we gotta get away from this music.
As the sun's going down, this thing lights up. It's pretty cool. I have to say though, I am not getting another one. The battery dies way too fast. Had to work.
Not enough phone chargers in Los Angeles.
I just wanted to get it. I wanted to get this one because the guy recommended it, and like everybody
I thought he had a portable charger now though. Can't he just charge it with the portable charger?
gets the Geek Bar apparently. And I looked it up, and there are a lot of people that use it. So I was like, all right, I'll try it. And so I tried it, and I hate it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I absolutely hate it. It's terrible. It's not even useful. What's up, dude? How's it going? Ooh, real. Hi. I'm coming back there. All right. Lighten up. As far as the rest of it, it ain't on me. You know, if you don't like somebody or how they act, you know, go take care of them. Go deal with them. Don't make it a problem for me. It ain't my problem, and you ain't gonna make it my problem. If you want to be my problem, maybe, but otherwise, that's a negative. Mama said that every word was morning. I'm the best. Ooh. Thank you. And thanks for 1,000. Just don't try to social condition me. You try to socially condition me and I'll turn you into an obsessed, crazed fan overnight. If not within, you know, like a 5 to 10 minute period.
This is a lot of loud music. My clean crew was called Short Name with You Two.
I like to keep my back pockets empty at all times.
To show off your tush?
Wow, people look really red with that sign there. The sign up top is like super red, and so the people on the bus look like their faces are beat red, like they're angry. But it's just a Hard Rock Cafe. I got so many people that are like mad that I didn't get suckered into all their BS. I'm just glad that I stayed focused. To tell you the truth. I didn't need it in my life. I really didn't. So.
Is this it? Wait. Or whoa. Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. Well, you guys want to see the whatchamacallit? James of the Pop-Tart, and he was forced to smoke meth. or tricked into smoking meth, and he looked like 8 Mile kinda, and he still had the one eyelash. This one eyelash right here.
You know how they are. They start to think they can get away with shit.
The audio is off sync because it was like 8 hours stream.
And then before you know it, you're having to end up getting them fired anyway.
Is he eating the raw meat here?
So let me ask you, God's honest truth, tell me the
Look, he had $1 in beans back then. Whoa.
truth. Am I overreacting? It doesn't look like anybody thinks I'm overreacting. Getting a lot of hearts. Hearts tell me agreement. That I am not overreacting. Thank you. I'm taking the fucking Pop-Tarts with me too, bitch.
Okay, so that's definitely the Pop-Tarts thing. He was living in LA at this time as well.
Pop-Tarts are mine. Pop-Tarts are mine. Mine. Yo, this shit's gonna be biblical. You get the joke? It's a children's story. Bible. So I'm just saying it's gonna be very anticlimactic. It's gonna be very boring. But we're gonna make it look fun.
He shaved off his eyebrows and plucked the eyelashes. He got rid of his eyelashes on one of his eyes, but kept them on the other. I think because he was maybe putting on fake eyelashes, dress and drag to trick, and maybe used the wrong glue or something and ripped them all out. That's my theory. I don't know though. He was pretending that his house burned down around this time.
Okay. Nobody picked me up. Like, what do you want? Huh? You know?
No one's even talking to him.
The only people that want me are the cops. You know? They don't want me in prison or jail. They want me to be a cop. But I'm not.
No, they don't. This is, he's just as crazy, just a different time, looks different.
Being a dick. But,
Ooh, we should have a Pop-Tart emoji.
they're the only people around here are the criminals and the cops that want me to be involved with them. Everybody else is like, they're just doing their own fucking thing and don't have an interest in involving me. I think that day has passed where people mesh like that, Like post 2020, people just don't even fucking be making too many new associations, and I guess I'm too new or whatever. But, I'll take a trip up the coast. I'll check things out, enjoy the views. Then I'll come back down or maybe keep going. I don't know. But it's not, there's like nothing, there's really nothing here for me anyway. Unless the government's giving it to me for free, it's like there's not even fucking opportunities here that are worth pursuing for me. For the things that I'm capable of, like, I'm just not, like, there aren't enough opportunities that are, like, graspable for me here. It's like, it really looks like there's all these opportunities. But it's like a fallacy. It's like, it's all here, and then there is, what looks like is like a ladder to there. There's like actually nothing in the middle. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing, there's no way to get up to that. It's either someone reaches their hand down and pulls you up, or you're not in it. And it doesn't look like I'm in it, so that's that.
Yeah, he already tried this Hollywood thing before. I don't know why he's coming back and he thinks he can do it. He's like pretty defeated here. He's like, I guess I'm not going to be a famous actor, but all he was doing at the time was sitting around eating like free food and threatening me by Thanos snapping me and saying he was going to kill me and that he wouldn't go to jail for murder because people want me dead and I'm an asshole and I'm a really great guitarist, but no one likes me because I'm an asshole.
a big deal. At least I got plenty of supplies. That's for sure.
And he was watching Sabrina Carpenter videos and Taylor Swift videos. He shaved both his eyebrows. He never gave a reason. He just showed up like that one day.
Well, I know the paparazzi won't miss me now. They're going to be very easy to spot now. I really sound like I'm enjoying that piece of it, but I'm not. I'm actually just like trying to be that way for you guys. I'm seriously not, like, I don't care. I literally don't care. I'm just playing the part because I know it's like what you guys want. So I'm fine with it. I don't mind. All I want is just like for this part of my life to be over and to be moving on to something where I'm actually utilizing my skills. Not sitting here like pretending like I'm one day going to possibly do something that matters. I'm going to go back to the life where I do things that matter. Because that's what I used to do. Things that matter.
Just drive around and eat food and lecture us about how we should give him more money.
I used to make an actual fucking difference. And you know what else I'm doing? I'm packing up my pack. I'm going out front. I'm going to the smoke shop. I'm buying myself some fucking cigarettes.
Oh yeah, I remember around this time he wanted to start rolling his own cigarettes. He's like, I need a cigarette making machine.
And if I die tomorrow, I die tomorrow. It's my fucking life. I hate drugs. I don't like weed. Weed scares me because oftentimes people that smoke weed, if I hang out with them, there ends up being somebody in the room that does actual drugs or fucking sells them. And then I'm scared for shit. I know how to handle them, but
This is a really good insight into James's like how he feels on drugs, because I think it was Emily. It's like he's definitely doing drugs. I'm like, no, James has like a disdain for drugs. It's like he really hates getting put out of his like manic mindset. He thinks he's invincible when he's manic, right? So if he does like a drug that kind of mellows him out or just makes him even question his reality, he fucking hates it.
Got it, but it's never fun. Never has it been fun. And I've tried many times. If you want the real truth, in the past couple of years, I have tried a shit ton of weed. It's never been fun. I never did it on purpose. It was always somebody either forcing it onto me or fucking drugged me and thought it was funny. I've been drugged with meth.
Okay, yeah, he did. He said he was drugged with meth. So what does he mean by that, though? Like he was given an Adderall pill and he's classifying it as meth instead of like a Tylenol? Or like, how do you accidentally smoke meth? You know what I mean? How does that happen by accident? Or how does someone drug you with meth? Like, is it water soluble? Can you put it in a drink if it's not in pill form? Like, I'm interested if this is him just kind of like getting on his soapbox to be like, I know what I'm talking about. Or if he actually tried meth on purpose and he's trying to say that he was, I need more context, but I'll put it back just because this is the important part.
Drugged me and thought it was funny. I've been drugged with meth. Meth! By my own goddamn family.
By my own goddamn family. I think he means like his prescription. And what does he mean by that?
And they wonder why I want nothing to do with them. They wonder why I love them, but I say, take space, please. They wonder why I say, please get on the Elon Musk rocket ship and don't come back.
Like, it could just be a paranoid delusion, too. Like, I don't know, he ate some food that his, I don't even know if he means his foster parents or his mom made him, because he's lived with his mom and his sister for a bit there, and, like, he felt different, and he blamed it, like, oh, you must have drugged me with meth. Like, I really don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Oh, you can lace weed with meth? Maybe that's what he means.
Anybody need nuts? I got some big ones.
I mean, we can let this ride out for a bit because this is an interesting live.
And don't worry, I'm not just gonna walk out. But it's funny, when I'm doing my travel thing, I could literally make a living. But when I live in one spot, it's just so easy to be lazy. You know, it's like everything, you got everything. You don't need anything. It's not that hard. You know? But it's also far more dangerous. But, you know, so this is you guys are in support of this, like, for real? Like, you actually have my back this time, and like, not like every other fucking time. You know what I'm talking about. And this time, you gotta hear me. Listen, if you're fake liking me this time, you gotta listen.
No one has talked. No one's talked to him. He's just been talking to himself this whole time, by the way.
If shit falls through, you guys, well, we'll corner him. We'll get rid of his resources. You don't understand. I have had 3 years to plan. Look at how good I can get things done when I don't even have a moment to plan. I had 3 years to plan what I'm going to do if shit falls apart for myself in my situation, that I'm able to keep moving and keep working and all that. All right? So, like, if I lose these resources here in this situation, my next thing, I'm going in a direction, and I'm fucking conquering my shit. I'm going to continue forward. But, like, I'm not going to be falling into anybody else's things this time. We're not doing repetitious round 4 of somebody sends me this gift card or some shit. Like, I'm jumping into the real shit of the next foreign country, like, for real. So we don't want that. No, we don't. I promise you, we don't want that. That happens, if that has to happen, if I have to move into the next country, just because y'all fucking fuck me up again, which you don't have to, but if you do, I'm not coming back to you guys in this way. The next time you talk to me, you're going to be having a conversation with an AI based off of my personality. And you'll be able to pay for premium access to have a live stream with me for like 5 minutes, because I'll have a real life in another country. So, let's stay cool and be good with each other, because I have to keep my boundaries. Simple as that. I only need so many. It is nice to have a place to stay. Jessica.
If you put like a 0.1 in a Coca-Cola, it's not really noticeable, and if you don't do drugs, you would be pretty wired. Okay. I'll take your word for it. That's pretty crazy.
Don't understand.
Oh shit. Alright, well, for whatever reason, this keeps playing. This is from the same time when he threatened me. For anyone who hasn't seen it, it's James. That's what I was referencing when I was like, James Saroka just sitting around making death threats at me, saying like,
You will find out when you don't have teeth. I'm serious. I don't look like I'm serious, I understand. I'm serious. Charge me with a crime. You will, if especially if I get locked up, someone will show up. You need to disappear from my space.
No one came for me.
Steve, I'm serious. You've gained my personal attention. This is going to become real. You're not going to become special. You're going to have an epitaph. I don't play. Okay. Enjoy death. It's going to be nice and slow. I'm gonna get something to eat. That stressed me out. Ekanola, Stefan, welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for the hearts. I'm seriously gonna kill that motherfucker. He has no idea. I will videotape me beating the fuck out of him. I'm serious. That's what he wants. That's literally what he's asking for. He wants to get famous. He's essentially trying to provoke me, trying to get me to come and kick his ass to get sympathy points, thinking he's going to get famous and be special and important, and he's a piece of shit. That's why no matter how good he is at guitar, nobody gives a fuck. He is really good at guitar. He's not famous because he's a piece of shit. He's not going to get famous if somebody like me comes out of my way for him. He's going to die.
Yeah. So this James lobbing death threats at me is nothing new, really. But that was like around this time with his fucking Clockwork Orange look.
It is nice. But the reality is, a place to stay is not worth being bullied. To be totally honest, it's not worth being picked on. It's not worth being told how to live or what to say, you know, and what not to say, and like trying to fucking tell me how I'm gonna live my life. Like, no, like with all due respect, you're not my fucking mom. You're not my dad. Those are the only two people that I've ever. Mom, dad, and God are the only three people that I allow.
Jensen making threats while looking like a coat hanger as wild as fuck. Yeah.
How to tell me what to do unless they prove to me a positive reason.
Yeah, he was talking about me. He was talking about me at the time. That's why I was like, it was around this era, the crazy era.
Why I should listen to them. If you do not have the wisdom, intelligence, and if you do have the wisdom and intelligence, but you're not bestowing it upon me, do not tell me what to do. It is only during the time that you are bestowing your wisdom and intelligence upon me that I give you permission to tell me what to do. In any other time, you are not in dominion over me, and if you believe you are, please test the theory. You're welcome to find out. I listen when I choose to listen.
It's a cool look,
for
right?
reasons that bring me growth of an appropriate demeanor, and also based on what kind of interaction people try to bring my way. You know, what you're bringing to me is going to decide what ways I listen to you and what capacities. You're giving me advice on family, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to be following you around in business, or vice versa. You're providing me with protection, but you're then trying to tell me what to say and what not to say. You're not here in front of me coaching me. If you were, it'd be different. I'm not gonna listen through interruptions in my Bluetooth so you could claim plausible deniability. Suck my fat dick. I'm willing to be all the way out there for you and literally stand in front of you while you wear a bulletproof vest. And the most you can do for me is something that'll make me sound like a nut if I say it out loud. Go home and fuck your wife. And leave me the fuck alone.
The hell is he talking about?
Y'all screwed the fucking pooch on that one in 2021. You will never get another chance with me after that fucking shit. You have no idea how bad y'all fucked yourselves.
Oh, when he went to jail the first time. I was like, what happened in 2021? He went to jail.
And I still fucking forgave you, and I still stand in front of you and try to protect you. And I'm not doing it because I'm not doing it because it's what I was taught or conditioned to do. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. Because y'all are fucking pussies. You are. To tell you the honest truth, you are. And that's fine. You're protecting people weaker than you. I get it. I was coming to you for the wisdom. You're not offering it. So my feelings are hurt. I imagine your feelings are hurt.
Why is he taking this out on the whatever audience he has here? If it's the audience's fault, it's James's fault. I don't think any of us had anything to do with the first time he got arrested. He was just in the wrong place. Or maybe the right place at the right time. Like, he's an idiot, and he struck his pregnant girlfriend in fucking public, and people saw him and called the cops, and he went to jail. It's not the audience's fault at all. Anyone on Periscope or Twitter or YouTube, like, no one had any hand in that. So it's really weird that he's so angry about it, and he's like, 2021, he's like, we didn't do anything there.
But I gotta call a draw here. And if you gotta say you won, you won. You won. I need to continue on with my life and to move towards people that have the proper respect for me as they should. The respect that I've earned. I'm gonna go to those people wherever I may find them, be it the internet or not. I shouldn't be
withstanding that. I really shouldn't. It's up to you 100%. Thank you. I have a massive amount of endurance. I do not need any further mental endurance training. If I'm sitting here and the conversation I'm having is the one I'm having right now with you guys, it's too far to begin with. So I need to go expand my horizons. I've grown past this, and it's my own fault. I shouldn't be fucking playing in the schoolyard when I'm fucking 30 years old. It's time to go be an adult. A real adult.
He wasn't even 30 yet. He just turned 30.
Adult, not, pretend young forever but look old. I'm going to go be old and look young. Definitely draw the line on anyone who tells you how to live or what to do. Yeah, I don't mind people telling me how to live or what to do, but if you're not offering me proper wisdom, or I'm not getting enough out of the situation, that I'm not, like, if I'm not getting the proper reciprocation that I should be getting, you're just trying to sell me based on my foster status. Like, you think I'm dumb because of what I didn't get. But what you don't understand is I'm very smart, and I was able to absorb that and understand what I actually...
I don't think Josh ever blocked James. Like, I don't know why Josh even entertains James. But yeah, he should just block him. Josh should block James.
Actually deserve as a natural born person, and I put in the effort that would otherwise match someone who is natural born. You telling me, because I don't match your bloodline, you're the slave bloodline, if you want the truth. And you're not a slave. You're welcome. You are the people that could be dominated, and you're not being dominated by choice by the people that could dominate you. That's the part where you learn to say thank you.
Psycho James. Psycho James. But I think this is a good place to call it quits. I mean, like, it's 1:30 in the morning, and we've been going for 4 hours. So there you go. James Saroka. The past, the present, the future? Probably. Yeah, he turned 30 this week. And yeah, like Diane said, he said that his name was Steve. He was like ex-military, that his house burned down in a fire, and his wife kicked him to the curb, didn't have any ID. And then Conger called up this place and was like, no, that's James Saroka. And they were like, you have to find a job. And he's like, I'm not finding a job. Fuck this shit. I'm taking the Pop-Tarts with me. And then apparently said that he was drugged with meth. I forgot about the meth part. And he hates weed. No. He's actually 30. Like, he was born, what year was he born? 94, 95. He's just, I don't know, he's being weird. This was last year. He was like 29, so like he was almost 30, but like not technically. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you all tomorrow sometime. Or maybe tonight if you're a member, because I might do like zombies tonight if I can't sleep. If there's nothing else to do in this world, which I should be making merch or fucking forget the other thing. Oh, more emojis. Make a Pop-Tart emoji, make a Rev and Shani emoji. Gotta catch up on Rev and Shani still. Gotta go see what Carrie's been up to. Lots of stuff going on in this world. I wonder if we can fill up the whole screen like this. Do you think we could do it? Think it's possible? Whoa. Think it'll break the computer? Never tried it before. Never tried it. Pretty crazy though. Whoa. It's starting to look like yarn. Should I just end every stream like this? With a bunch of yarn? I'm actually kind of proud of myself. I can't see chat anymore, but... Ooh. Alright. That was fun.